Can't wake up.
You're live.
Oh, we're live.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh, I need to get my
He's
mic
clacking.
out. I will be fixing my mic as a second once I've done the intro. So, hello everybody and welcome. We're D&D Boyband, a group of friends that all like to play D&D Pretty Boys because apparently it's not fantasy unless everyone's hot. This is an original D&D campaign set in the critical role world of Exandria, taking place about 10 years after the events of CR1. The group have gone pretty much everywhere and are now about to embark deep below Imon in tal'dorei to hopefully stop their former friend Rasha from summoning an eldritch evil, but also to help, also to try to save pretty much everybody, stop the Aboleth Queen from coming back, free Geb maybe if they can, possibly if that's what they want to do, and find the ruins of Salar. So joining me. So I'm Dungeon Master Jamie, and joining me tonight are the Spice Boys. First of all, let me introduce Clood as Barnes.
Wake me up inside.
Eski as Zug. Fly as Aku. Luke as Ascor. And Aaron as Hayden.
Yo, what's up?
And once again, Hannah, aka Blady Cakes, as Casadius.
Save me.
Oh no.
I got you, Clood. I got you.
Yeah. Before we begin, are there any announcements?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm using some cool rogue pencils to make D&D notes tonight, and one of them says sneak attack, bitch. The other one says rogues do it from behind, and the other one says one rogue leads to another.
Aw, cute.
Very nice. Very nice.
Just as a shout out, I think what is the shop on Etsy called? Give me one sec, because these are cool, and I think people should get them. It's called Mint and Mustard on Etsy. So if you want D&D themed pencils that are actually quite spiffy, go for
Mint and mustard.
Nice. Not sponsored. But
Yeah,
the
no, I
hashtag
just like
not
these.
sponsored.
Just cool.
Hashtag not ad.
Tonight is not sponsored by Coca-Cola because they sent me the wrong kind.
it. Ooh.
The DM's gone. It's anarchy. It's bedlam.
It's over.
The Spice Boys win tonight. Well done.
We simply
everyone.
win.
We've won. We've won.
Let's
Dungeons
go.
and
Let's go
Dragons.
role play a party. Let's fucking go.
Let's.
Right,
Yep.
Apologies, I went to switch some things around and then dropped the receiver for my mouse, and then I couldn't unmute, and tragedies
Well-
have befallen.
This is a disaster.
Well, we've already won. We've already won the session, Jamie. It's over.
It's over for me.
We have 100 million gold each now. You
We
can't
have to
stop
hide
it.
out.
It is
Well,
known.
actually, your next battle is inflation and capitalism.
No.
Gosh, Jamie.
I fight that every day.
So unlucky for you. Can you guys hear me? Is that
Yes.
working? Awesome. Okay, good. Now using the good
Yeah.
mic. So remind you, last session, you guys had finished fighting in the theater. You rushed below ground to find your way, possibly to Rasha, who you determined was making his way down to the ruins of Salar and the Pillars of the Earth.
Make it his way.
You came across the deepest part that both Casadius and Hayden knew, an abandoned mine, where there were these kind of strange glowing fountains in the corner that the class kind of used occasionally to hide stuff, but most people kind of kept away from and didn't really know what was down here. Upon getting down here, you have looked around and there are kind of odd, bubbling, kind of moist textures along the walls, ooze in places that probably shouldn't be, moss and dampness kind of permeating the area. And you all received
Yeah.
some fairly choice whispers. Yes.
Nothing.
Okay. You received some fairly threatening whispers from, not entirely sure where from. On top of that, at rat points throughout in this room, every single puddle in the area seems to host the red eye of an Aboleth.
Sauron.
Lunch.
No, I'm sorry.
Solganeth is your main suspect, though may not. And Ascor seems to be exhibiting some weird behavior. You decided to hunker down for the night
That's not
inside
true.
Barnes's mansion. you had some chats about what's going on, something to do with whether or not you could revivify, Greater Restoration Ascor, realizing that none of you could at this exact moment. And you were going to wait for the morning when you were going to receive a care package from Mr. Derolo, going below the ground. Was there anything anybody else wanted to do before they woke up the morning after? I think we left it with everyone about to go to sleep.
Can't wake up.
No!
Hopefully we can. Have you been saying?
It's the end of the campaign, actually. You'll die in your sleep.
I'm on
Let's wake up.
watch,
We never wake
right?
up. We're done.
I'm on
It's,
watch and I left a
Oh.
coat on Cass because I'm a gentleman.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Was
thought
it-
I'd reiterate that.
Was
Just-
it Cass's watch next, or you just didn't wake Cass up for watch? Did you?
I didn't wake Cass up because he seemed like he needed to rest and
Cass
recuperate.
was like smashed. He was off
Mm.
his face.
Well, I mean, some voices were whispering to him about never seeing his parents again, so he's having a bad night.
Yes. You all received certain whispers about certain things you were worried about. Some were meaner than others.
What
A reminder that Aku had investigated the 3 pools to some extent, finding that a coin you'd thrown inside the blue one had just sunk out of your vision. The coin you'd thrown into the purple one had vanished, and the when you dipped your spear inside the green pool, it caused your magical spear to rot and burn at the very end of it.
Yeah, not my finest decision, but we live and we learn.
So you all rise, stretch. You realize you fought a horrible eldritch creature the night before, so a lot of you probably have lots of aches and pains and cuts and scrapes that cause the morning after to be a lot of pain. Kind of, groggily get out of bed, make your way down as all the imps scurry around. Anything we can do for you? And serve you breakfast. You will sit down, probably pondering the night's event, pondering how drunk some of you got, nursing a hangover, and ready to delve deep beneath tal'dorei and Imon, wondering if the care package has arrived. No real way of knowing unless someone wants to venture outside or say anything to each other at breakfast.
So does that how's Asgore during the night? Because he was, he was sus, he was funny.
Yeah, Askell spent most of the night shaking and muttering in deep speech.
As one does,
Cool.
naturally.
But I guess when people start filtering down from the rooms, one would probably consider his watch relieved and have a poke outside, stick his head out there.
Sure. As of yet, nothing seems to have arrived. You don't know quite what time it is down here.
Oh.
Oh, nothing yet, boys. Nothing yet.
So we can't make Askel better. There's no way.
No, I don't think so. And also, I asked for, all the dust of dryness in Amon, so I don't really want to venture forth without it.
Well, I mean, are we in a particular rush?
Well, every minute we delay, it's more likely that Rasha is getting closer to his goal, so I don't know if
I
we
agree.
can wait.
Time is sort of the essence here.
Right.
Ah,
There's an apocalypse to prevent, or something to that effect.
that's not good. It's very not good.
So, if you remember, guys, being on Roll20, you see the map you guys are on, kind of.
We're kind of
You're in the
little.
mansion at the moment.
We're in the mansion further back from this. So, okay, remind me about this pool situation, so my brain can. It'll take me a while for me to understand things.
Yeah, so there's this central dais here that I think somebody rolled a natural 20. It might have been hidden. Okay, so someone rolled a natural 20 to figure out that this clearly retracts in some way. So there is something beneath here. They also, the 3 things kind of lead, one here, and one here to the pools. You have been told by Aku that the spear that was placed in here, which is magical and is quite difficult to damage, was began immediately to kind of burn when it got placed in the green pool. The blue one, the coin, just sunk and sunk until it was out of vision.
Uh-huh.
And the purple one, the coin that got thrown in it, just disappeared immediately.
Huh. Alright, boys, do you think it's like a get rid of the water sort of situation? Or like bucket them into each other, or... Oh,
Who did we lose?
I think Hannah's trying to fix the mic.
yeah.
What
So
was
is
the
it-
question? Sorry.
Do we think it's like a bucket all the water from one into the other situation, or like make the water leave, or...
You've been talking to the water.
No, the coloured water, what Aku
Well,
was looking at.
He leans in and just goes, I thought it was just me.
I can talk to the water if it'll make you feel better, buddy.
I wouldn't recommend it.
What you say to it?
Sometimes. No. You need to speak to it.
I'll do that, sure. Great. Okay, well I'll talk to it. Aku, what do we do? You have a look at it.
Well, I would avoid touching any of the water. We tried taking some of it and putting it into another, but I fear that any bucket or whatever we use is going to disintegrate, so...
What if we put like the disappearing water on top of the like rot making water so they just fuck each other up? Then there's
Would
just
the
the
dust-
infinite one.
Would the dust of dryness not like
Fix everything.
empty him?
Yeah, maybe everything's just fixed by the dust of dryness.
Zug is just kind of nodding along, like he understands. But he does, you can tell behind the eyes, he's kind of not keeping up with all the different concepts that are being thrown at him.
Well-
This just seems too perfect to waste on, well, everything. We seem to use for everything right now. I could go for a pretty penny if we were to sell it, but I think we probably want to use it.
Well, I was planning to use it to get rid of all the water what the aboleths swim around in, but a lot. Like, I bought a lot of this shit. Like, 1,000 gold?
Yeah.
Money? 1,000 money of what? Yeah, it's a lot of it. Probably
At this point, you
try.
do hear footsteps coming from off to the east. Not one of the tunnels you came down, but you kind of, those of you with higher perceptions hear it first, and it sounds like about 4 or 5 people coming down. Armored, you can hear clinking.
It sounds slimy and goopy.
No.
No slime. No slime.
I think it's him. I think it's him. I think it's him.
I think it's the cavalry, right? Just
I
from
think.
Mr. Dorolo.
I hope that's dust and somewhat to fix ya, Asgore.
Well, you do know he's coming, right?
He!
Who's coming?
You didn't hear it? You didn't hear the news?
What's the news? Tell
Rashad.
us. Oh, is he coming? Oh, right. Yes, he's coming to bring an end to the world or something.
Is he? That doesn't sound like him.
My limited interactions with him, no, it doesn't, but we all heard it just the same.
I just feel like he's not the kind, the type, you know?
I totally think he's the type. It's
Oh,
always
he's-
the quiet ones. It's always the quiet ones, guys.
No, you haven't been with him for as long. He's not the kind to end the
Hello,
world.
is anyone there? We're looking for the nice boys and Zug.
Oh! Yeah, that's us. We're the nicest ones.
Right, they're over here. Is everything safe in here?
Don't touch the puddles. But yeah, fine.
Tell them to
Careful,
stop
men.
shouting. They need
Okay.
to stop shouting.
And you see 3 to 4, 4 people dressed up in the Arms of Imon's outfit come in. Zug, you mentioned one of them as being Sergeant Vimes, who is the one you gave an awful apology to.
Just kind of stands to attention and salutes.
Zug, aren't you on a secret mission?
Yes, very secret and dangerous, tremendously dangerous.
Anyway, bring it forward, and you kind of see them kind of holding. They're put down. They plop down a chest in front of you. Kind of plop, get it open, and inside, as you flick it open, there are a couple of satchels, a few books, some items that you don't immediately recognize. But he kind of looks over and goes, "I'm understood you want as much dust of dryness as we could find."
As much as you could possibly find.
Mhm.
That was the instruction. Yes.
Wait, hold on a second. How do we keep it dry?
We don't put it in water.
I've literally never understood a question less.
You see what I mean? If it's a dust, you got to keep that stuff dry. But it's a dust of dryness.
It makes everything else dry. If
Did
it
you get kicked in
touches-
the head?
We did actually
He,
ask for somebody to fix his head problems.
How do
Yeah,
you know
it's a curse, actually.
Oh, yes, we were told you needed a medic, but this doesn't appear to be a physical ailment.
No, it's a magic one. I think.
Tied here a magical curse that's addled his brain and turned him crazier than usual.
Yeah, something like that.
Right. I don't think there's anyone here who necessarily can fix that. How long have we got?
Well, how quickly can you do it?
Well, I could fetch someone in an hour or two, probably.
Well, that sounds alright. We can, crack on with the creepy puddles and... I just
The
don't
creepy
think...
Puddles.
Don't look
Are
at
we
them.
safe? Should we be talking here?
Do you have any deep, dark fears, actually? If you hear any chatter about that, just ignore it.
Yeah, there's a bad thing here, and it can speak into your head.
Make you really sad.
And it goes a little pale as do the others. So we shouldn't be here?
I'd limit
Oh,
our
you're
exposure.
fine this far away.
Mm.
Just don't go any deeper.
Or the other creepy voices. Got it. Not just him. Where's Alaska? Well, the other things, Councillor DeRolo thought that you should probably have this, and he brings out it's a very well crafted box, but you can see that the top seems to be made of glass, and something inside is spinning, and there's a sun portrayed on there, and eventually it kind of pops there and points towards the sun. On the other side, there's a moon, and as he spins it round, it's a very well made, ornate compass. And he says, "This, I am told," and he kind of takes out a piece of paper, is one of the artifacts from Caroline von Ethro. And I believe, well, as you can see, it's called the Sunbeam Compass, and it is meant to help. She used it to help navigate below grounds. Have you heard of Mrs. von Ethro before?
I'm not
Shit,
very good at modern
Yes,
history.
the rest of those of you who have been with the group a while will know that Caroline von Ethro is the writer of the journal that Rasha was given by somebody who is a famous explorer who did a lot of the underground navigation of below in Mon. She's long dead. However, her journal, she began to go mad about at the age of 36, 37, to the point that her journal, which started off as a pretty good navigation for below the city, turned into the ravings of a madwoman, as it has been described. And she was having visions of the ancient lost city of Salah.
Russia has that journal, right?
Russia
So
has
he's
that journal.
presumably using that to navigate down here.
Yes. So the rest of you will know that, and those of you who have any, well, Ascor will definitely know the history of, will definitely know that.
Askel's going to step forwards and as the gent's holding his hand, he'll just take it up and hold it in his hands and turn it to one side and be like, "It appears that's cute. A sun on one side, and the other a moon with this glass. But if you turn it over, it's got a sun on one side. And if you look on the other side here, it's got a moon." But you turn it
Zach just kind of
like
points and
this.
goes,
You turn it over. You wouldn't expect on this side because there's a sun. You see?
Wow.
"Yeah, we're working on that one."
But you see this moon?
I see the moon. Tell me about it. Why is
Well,
it there?
I saw the moon.
As slightly
think
fascinating and worrying as this is, I do not wish to dwell here much longer than I can. We also, the journal recently went missing from Mr. Dorolo's personal collection, but we do have some copies of certain pages that were being produced, kind of points towards the various papers. We're not sure of the authenticity of some of these or the veracity of them. Some of the works were difficult to replicate, but it might be worth looking through them to at least get some of your way. For that, we also have some cat's eyes potions, and you get those little vials. These will enable those of you who are unable to see in the dark to see in the dark for some time. Some potions of water breathing. And I believe you also wanted some more literature about Solar in general and what's been going on. So Mr. Dorolo has tried to provide as much of that as possible. I think that was most of what we were asked to bring. Was there
And-
anything else?
Did we mention the scrolls?
Well, the scroll of
Well,
great arresto, right? That was on
or
the
just a
list.
medic, yes, but
If you
okay.
would
So
like to
you,
retcon to ask for Scroll of Retro Restoration, I can say it's here and someone can attempt to cast it. And I will let that attempt to cure.
Did we ask for it? I feel like we did.
I
but
feel
could
like
be
we
wrong.
did, you know.
Okay, if you did ask for it, that's fine. And then I presume this is what you've been asked, this is what you needed, and I'm not particularly happy around carrying this around, and he kind of takes out a diamond, quite a chunky one.
Ooh.
These two were said to come together. No, Aaron. Did you?
Love her.
Sure,
That's
just
a
a
nice
cat.
baby Yoda.
So it kind of shows who's taking these. Kind of deliberately moves them a little bit away from Ascor.
Well,
So,
as the authority on the arcane here, it
Yes, that's what I was worried about,
only
actually.
depends on the DM. Ascor would cast suggestion as a sonic spell. And to 2 sorcery points in that Prophet Thief. That's done. Yeah, and makes that case quite simply. Well, I'm the Arcanist here, and let's face it, it makes complete sense that I'm the one to maintain and employ these things.
Yep, fails utterly. And he goes, they're all a little mad, aren't they, magicians? And kind of begins to hand it over to Ascor.
Squirt, you're the Arcanist, but not necessarily a holy Arcanist, a divine one. I would proffer that maybe Aku would be better placed to take
I
this
think
one.
This isn't a time for therapy. If you have any therapeutic feedback, we could maybe wait till
No, I'm
tomorrow.
saying give the damn diamond to Aku.
I understand your exercises, of course, are very
Hey,
advanced.
Hey, Ascor, look at this. And Hayden's gonna put the egg of distraction on the ground and spin it and try to get Ascor to look at it.
Yes. Get him.
Does Ascor fall for it?
Absolutely wrecked.
You need to roll for it.
The egg of distraction's been my favorite item this entire campaign.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Anyone who would have been taken in by the ruse, please roll a wisdom saving throw, including all of the guards.
The,
That's far as
the
I
egg,
can
Oh,
say.
God,
the egg
I have to
enchants
roll it.
all who see it. If
I would have
distracted
100%
because you
looked at
failed
it.
your save, you forget what you're about to say or whatever. It doesn't say what the save is. Is it my wisdom
It's
modifier?
12. It's 12. I think we've done in the past.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit, my rolls aren't
Is it
working.
a wisdom or what is it?
Wisdom.
Oh, I'm not signed in, that's why.
Wait, or is there even a save? I mean, that feels a little.
It's a custom item, so wait, let me have it. Egg of mystery. Did you come up with egg of distraction? Is it your item,
No.
Jamie?
They have it on brushes as well.
I don't have details on the DC.
No, yeah, 12 wisdom. I think we've gone in the past.
So Cass failed, so he's now just staring at it like.
Yeah.
Ascor looked down at it, having passed. And
What was the save again?
12.
I failed. Yeah. Zach is
Yeah.
absolutely entranced.
Zug,
Yeah.
Did you roll with disadvantage, Askar?
It's just ability checks, I think.
Yeah,
Might-
just ability checks.
ability checks, so not saving throws. And he looks at it for a couple of seconds and goes, "This is perfect," and goes down and scoops it up and takes it as well. Scoops it up and holds it together with the compass and goes, "This will go perfectly with my sun and moon."
So just like Vimes has not just momentarily looked at the egg, didn't seem distracted, so he continues to try to handle it. It's just somebody he's just got them out in his hand, the diamond and the scroll. Someone other than Askor take it as he grabs the egg, or is
I mean, it
yeah,
can't
I
be me,
mean, Aku is probably, if he sees the opportunity, he's just gonna like grab them.
okay? Vimes snaps out of it a second. He goes, uh, okay, it is weird down here. Okay, I'm not sure there's anything else. Mr. DeRoto did tell you to say that the theater is going to cost the city quite a lot of money.
It's a shame.
I can't believe someone would
was-
burn down the theater. That's just who would do that?
Typical clasp
Yeah,
behavior.
it's really awful clasp. Like criminal
bad.
activity. So glad
So
we weren't
bad.
involved.
criminals.
As a patron of the arts, please tell Mr. DeRollo that I'll be putting in just a small charitable donation towards fixing that. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I believe he's already made one on all of your behalfs.
A small loan of $1 million.
Thank you.
Very generous of him.
Coming
Great.
out of any future payments, I think, was the implication.
We're literally about to save the world, and he's worried about a theater. I can't.
Look,
I
give me
suspect
10,
saving
give
the
me
world
10
is
minutes
something.
with the guy. Give me 10 minutes with the guy. I'll sort it out. It's fine.
I
Status has
suspect
got this.
for somebody of Mr. DeRoto's history, saving the world once might not count for much. However,
Oh well, then he can do this then, guys. Let's
Right.
let's nip down to the pub.
Let's
Fuck
leave.
this.
Fuck it. No, let's no. Good shout, Hayden. Do you know?
Garib looks at you all blankly.
And
I
Ascor
mean, as you
looks
said.
at him expectantly for a moment and just goes, "Well,
Look at who, sorry.
the gent speaking to us.
Well, what?
You know why you've been sent down here.
Yes, to give you the items.
Yes, so please give us your items." Again, second level. It is suggestion again. I'm burning the spell slot and then to
You've just
What?
chosen violence.
just
Mental violence.
13.
Yeah.
I'm sensing a trend with us.
The check.
Yeah.
Fine. And you see him like take off the scarf he's wearing, throw his spear, take his helmet. His men are like, "What are you doing?" He went, "Well, they did everything they got. Didn't you hear them? Trying to save the world." And just like begins to remove his breastplate slowly.
Oh. Wait, is the egg's gone now, right?
The
So
other-
no
the
one-
other men-
Oi.
You see
Yeah,
the
that's
other
what picked
like, the
up
other
there.
men kind of drop their spear and their helmets like slightly confused.
No,
Just not
no,
naked.
come on. Leave your clothes on. This is getting weird down here.
The others kind of stop, but they like Sergeant Hyde's still taking his breastplate off, leaves it, takes off his gauntlets, and then just stands there in his like undergarments, clothes.
Hold
We
on.
need those too. Like,
Can I do like a what would it be? Insight and investigation of the chance that I would like.
I
Check
think
it
like, you don't
out.
need to roll anything. You're like something's weird here. Something's
Oh,
going
okay,
on. This is not
alright.
normal.
Sadius, would you dare rob a man of his duty?
I mean, no,
Isaac would
but
just be stunned, really,
I
by like.
also I don't think I'd rob a man of his clothes either. Like, what are you gonna do with his undergarments?
no safekeeping.
Not the principle.
What principles taking place here, man? That's not cool.
Never steal
This-
anything you don't want to explain to your mother. That's my motto.
And underwear is a hard one to explain to your mom. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm utterly confused.
Whilst
Wow.
you turn round, Sergeant Vives has got his underwear off, drops them,
Oh my
salutes,
god.
and begins to walk out with the rest of the men.
What have you done, Asgore?
No, Lord.
You see,
Salute
look
to the
round.
man as he walks away to his backside, as he walks away to his
You see one of the men kind of pick up a scarf and put it round his midriff and kind of like look back at you all and hurriedly begins to leave.
As those dudes are leaving, can Cass just catch up with one and just hand one of them a letter and 2 pieces of gold, and it is addressed to his parents.
One of them kind of looks at you, grabs it, looks out at the name, and just nods and kind of says, "Good luck."
Be careful
is wrong
down
with
here.
you, sir?
The voices, they're maddening. They make you mad. Be careful.
Fine sailing, soldier. Just turns around and leaves.
So you're left with a pile of guards' clothing, various spears.
Oh no, that was actually really funny. Good job, Asgore.
Looking through it, DM, what does he find? Eyes of minute seeing come on. Like, what does he find?
Yep, you find a set of keys, like a big chain with like multiple keys on them. They're quite old and rusty. You'd imagine probably some quite old big doors, as well as some other things, smaller ones. A locket with a picture inside it. Dwarven woman.
500.
And
yeah.
about 50 gold pieces. Sandwiches, half eaten.
Wait, it's a photo of a dwarven woman. Is it Cass's mom?
Oh my god. Drama.
The intrigue.
For her already.
Half and a half-eaten sandwich, and some scraps of paper. One of which is a crumpled-up version of the letter Zug sent to apologize.
It's good. Maybe we lost that.
Asgore goes to his knees and like scrapes all of it into one pile on the floor, and then just picks up the sandwich and begins chewing into it. But he doesn't seem like he's enjoying it. Doesn't seem like he's hungry. He's just looking into space. Slight element of begrudgingness, just looking in space, chewing on it.
No, Akko, I'd suggest you do it immediately, but actually this is quite entertaining, so at your own leisure.
Aku is looking on with enjoyment and just shrugs.
Asgore says, chewing the sandwich, just you don't know what this is. You don't know what this means. Carries on.
Hayden looks to Zug. So until Aku does his thing, he's your responsibility, and
What? No, do it now, please.
The rest of us are gonna go solve this room. So let's
What?
get going, and Hayden will start to head towards the room for all the Aboleth stuff.
Okay, so looking around, those are your three. You were brainstorming ideas. I would say you could read, if people want to try and read the papers, they're welcome to, although now might not be the best time. Up to you.
Why? Why wouldn't it be a good time right now?
Because you're trying to solve the puzzles. But also, there are 2 to 3 bags of dryness, say 3, 5 cat's eye potions, and 5 potions of water breathing.
How much does one bag of dryness cover?
I would say it has 20 charges, so you have been given 60.
60 charges, and then I bought 1,000 gold worth of dust of dryness. So
Yeah. Which I think was 15.
Can we defeat a lake with this? How many lakes can we defeat?
Defeat a lake.
So a small packet contains this much. So left with 20 charges, 60 charges. So you've got 74 because you've used them. 74 times by 15 cubic feet. You can do 1,110 cubic feet of water.
60 or with everything I had before?
With 74.
I'm just gonna put this out there. I have no idea how much water that is. So
I have a really solid idea. Of how much water that is.
30,000 liters.
How much is an
How
average
many
swimming pool?
liters in a lake?
In a lake.
I mean, it
What about an
depends on
Olympic
the
swimming
lake,
pool?
right?
How many Olympic swimming pools?
Maybe Jamie could tell us how big these little puddles are that we're dealing with.
Liters
Wow.
in an Olympic swimming pool.
Yeah, when you say a puddle, do you mean like a puddle in a normal sense, or do you mean a puddle in like a Welsh sense?
Mm.
What does that
Mm,
mean?
We go
mm.
on.
Wait, That's
Look,
not actually
anyone-
very
any-
much
any-
dust.
Anytime I've ever been to Wales, someone's been like, "Oh, that's a small puddle," and you end up like more than ankle deep. You end up like waist deep, and you're just like,
Is it like one Olympic-sized swimming pool? Is what I'm getting.
2.5 million liters in an Olympic swimming pool.
How
The
many?
dust
How many can we
of
do?
dryness can only do like 30,000 liters.
No wonder we're fucked.
Right, an
Well,
Olympic
it
swimming
turns out
pool.
we can't dry.
You
Yeah,
can't
right.
dry shit.
We can dry some puddles.
Oh,
We can
I'm
do
very
some
sorry.
puddles.
"Don't
You're
sell
a
yourself
te-
short,
Yeah.
Lance. We could dry some shit."
We
No.
could just put it in the Aboleth's eyes and give it really dry eyes.
Yeah, we can give it dry eye disease. Send it through the menopause. Here we
Crusty,
go.
crusty eyeballs. Let's go.
Oh my lord, he doesn't stand a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Are we saying that we're gonna defeat this Aboleth by giving it like pink eye?
It's gonna give him really uncomfortably dry eyes. And what's he gonna do?
No, I
Possibly
don't
order
dryness,
hands
yeah.
being
He's
dry.
gonna he's gonna cry about it.
Aku can smoke in its direction. We can dust it. It'll be good. That's it. That's how we win Dungeons and Dragons.
I don't know if we win. That's how we attempt to win.
It's literally how we die, but yeah, sure.
I was putting a more optimistic spin on it, but yeah,
All
can't
right.
argue with that.
Do we have any buckets?
Surely my God.
There are loads of buckets around this room. Like, this is an old mining thing. There are mining carts, shafts, like tools, spades, all just discarded.
The-
Quite old, dusty. But
Okay,
you'll-
so we have three ugly fountains.
Mhm.
Yep.
One is clearly acid. What were
Yes.
the other two?
One, nothing seemed amiss. It just the coin that was thrown in sunk out of sight. You can see the acid's quite difficult to see through. It's quite opaque. The blue pool you can seemingly see, but the coin just fell out of view. In the purple one, it just vanished, and that's quite opaque too.
And does it like vanish once the whole thing is submerged, or
The minute
like
it touched it.
minute it touches it? But we don't know if it vanishes or is like straight up disintegrated.
There's like a small pop sound.
Is
Was
it
it
being
legal
is it
or
being
was it not?
teleported?
Maybe. Okay, what happens if we try and bucket some of the blue water into the purple one and then some of the blue water into the green water? What
Okay.
happens?
You go and you dip the bucket into the blue one. When you put it into the purple one, it just vanishes. When you like as you're pouring it in, it vanishes. When you go back to put it again, the blue water is at the same level, despite the fact that it definitely lowered when you did it before.
Mhm.
When you go to put the blue one in the green one, there's like steam as it comes off, and momentarily stone, like the acid turns to stone momentarily, and then begins to fizzle and return back to being acid.
Are we able to pick up any of the acid in a bucket, or does the bucket just disintegrate?
Hmm.
It begins to disintegrate very quickly, but you put a bucket in and it begins to fizzle, but there's a small period of time where the bucket holds.
Is
Could
it?
we try and swiftly run some of the acid over to one of the
Someone
other
could
ones?
absolutely
But
make
can
a
we
dex
use
check.
mage
like-
hands to do that? So if it disintegrates on us, we don't die.
I could like teleport it over as well.
Oh yeah, that's
That's-
smart. Yeah,
That's
dimension
bare
door.
magic though. Like, try
we can
sprint
try
it.
mage hand. It's fine. If a couple
Right.
of us do it, we can make a group effort. It'll be
Let's
fine.
try that shit. Let's do it.
Mm.
Cool.
Okay. Grab a small bucket, grab it in. Which one are you pouring it in?
Acid into disappearing one.
The purple one.
We want to vanish everything, maybe.
Maybe it's the
Vanish
purple one,
the
the one that
acid?
just flat out disappeared, right?
Yeah, purple's vanishing liquid.
Let's see what happens if we pour it in, because we've already tried the blue in the acid. So let's
Oh.
try acid in the purple.
Yeah.
So as the acid, kind of the hand wobbling a little bit, spills on the floor and just seems to ball straight the way down. As you kind of pop it over boop, into the vanish, and the other one, it just immediately vanishes. And you look back, and the acid within the pool hasn't gone back up.
Hasn't gone back up.
Ah,
No, hasn't gone back up.
Can I investigate the dais to see if there are any, like, anything that looks like it can be fiddled with, or, like, does it have any, like, places to put any water or anything like that in it?
Yeah. So make an investigation check.
Back at it again with a big 7.
There are like lots of pillars, stonework reaching to the top. Following the grooves along, it seems to connect to some of the pillars around the center of the room, but you can't work out if they're controls or anything. You don't know.
what if we like piped them all together or something? Got all three together in one, and they sort of all just delete each other. I don't know how we do that without big magic, so
Oh, I'm not going near any of them with my own hands. That's for certain.
What you've noticed is from pouring the stuff on is that whatever is in the purple pool does react like water. It has a surface, it moves, it sloshes when things land in it. It's just the object itself vanishes.
And if we put something, like if there are loads of buckets, if we try a bucket in that one, like, is it like it's invisible and we're still holding the bucket?
Bucket
Or it's
disappears.
just fucked off?
Bucket's gone.
Alright.
The minute the bucket touches it, does the bucket just disappear even if it wasn't fully submerged?
No, so the thing with the coin was the coin wasn't very large. The bucket, you can get about half the bucket in, and then it seems to vanish. It's when more than half of whatever you're doing.
Does it feel like it's being pulled out of your hand, like it's being suctioned away, or does it just disappear?
Just vanishes.
Can any of us, like, control water? What goes that idea, I guess?
Hayden is gonna rummage around in his bag and pull out some arrows that have a bit of a kind of a blue sheen to them, and you'll see that like the fletching on the end is like actually made of ice instead of out of feathers. And he's gonna knock one in his crossbow, and he's gonna say, I'm just gonna try this, and he's gonna fire one of the freezing crossbow bolts into the refilling pool to see if it has any sort of effect.
Yeah, I'll say, how much frost damage is it? Can you roll it for me?
It's missing from my notes, thanks D&D Beyond. Crossbow bolts. Let me just pull it.
It's...
Sorry, I used to have these in my notes, but I've got a problem.
No, it's okay. It's what...
My stuff.
Is it 1d6 extra cold damage basically on top?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, if you could just roll d6 for me.
Okay.
I'll say that's how many inches freeze down.
2.
So yeah, as the ice kind of hits it, it explodes out in its energy, and you see, as well as the frost that it's created, a decent chunk of the top layer of this pool is now frozen.
Cool.
Well, that works.
Well, it's like proper water. Oh, Hayden, did you say that this dais thing, like, retracts or disappears?
I mean, we think so.
What if we just pour a shit ton of acid on it and disintegrate the dais?
Is the dais an elevator to take us down? Wait, I don't know what an
That would be
elevator is.
unfortunate. No, you do know what an elevator is.
Oh yeah, because you taught me. Thank you. I know so much about the Age of Arcanum now.
Right, it could be an
Oh.
elevator, you're right.
Well, I mean, based on what I saw, it looked more like something that gets lifted and moved out of the way. So it looks like a door.
Oh,
maybe?
well, if that's the case. I mean, if it literally just drops down to where we need to go, if we just disintegrate the hole, then, like, we can just jump down the hole and, like, we have your purchase, your great purchase that you made
We can just sail on down, right?
on your magic carpet.
My magical flying carpet. Should we just disintegrate the door then?
Jamie, to my
Yeah.
understanding, when I looked at the thingy, does it raise up and out? Like, is there anything that
It all
suggests that it
slides
would
back.
be? It'll slide.
Like-
Oh, it slides.
Yeah.
So
Looks
yeah,
like it all
logically, if we
retracts into the side.
logically, if we could destroy the door,
This is classic
could
me
just go down.
refusing to use my brain.
sometimes the smartest way around a riddle is to say "fuck you, riddle" and just go.
To bash it open.
Alright, can we try Mage Hand some acid onto the dais and see what happens?
Can we also pull up the fat tunes?
Okay. As you so like there's like a layer of metal and contraption, like stone over this. It's very old stone, and as the acid begins to burn away, you kind of pour it on, and it kind of begins to go down. As it begins to pour away, it reveals there's like a glimmer of shinier metal beneath, something that clearly has somehow been kept better preserved as whatever has kind of gone on top of this during that time. And as the acid begins to see that, you see there's like a flare of energy as this blue crackle kind of begins to emanate out from where your acid is biting into this and flares across, and there's like a faint hum throughout the entirety of this room now. And this dais is like, it hasn't shifted, but you can hear the whole thing is kind of humming ever so slightly. And your acid just seems to be pushing it down. I'm saying you use a small bit first, and it's made like a cylinder about that big, just straight down in the floor.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
What would happen now we've got that hole if we poured some of the purple juice in there that makes things it's touching disappear?
Right.
I wonder
But how
how
do we
far
get
down
the
the
purple
acid
juice?
goes. Like, do you think it goes to the other side of the world?
Like,
are
that's
we
a
gonna-
problem for someone else.
Yeah,
That's-
but like
that's-
if it goes into the center of the world and then like all the lava comes out, then we might have a different problem.
Have you lost your mind?
No,
The center-
Valid
talking-
question.
yeah, it's got lava in it, right?
I thought it was where like the hell's.
What if
were.
it like drops onto the Aboleth and kills it?
Oh, that's a good idea. We could just like tell
Oh,
the
just let-
Aboleth
let-
to
let
come
me
up
just
here
roll for that.
and put acid.
Oh shit! Natural 20. Campaign's over. Good on. Good job, everyone.
Just hits him in the
Woo!
eye,
Well done,
goes
guys.
straight into his brain.
God, this game's so easy.
Damn.
Honestly, please
Can we
stop.
just
the
keep
bullshit.
throwing things until
Doug, please hold on. I've got to say this. It's really getting to me. I've really had it with you round earthers, okay? It's a conspiracy theory. That's why they're called the planes. Planes. Okay, guys? Can we just move on?
Yeah, that's common knowledge, isn't it?
I don't follow.
Where the Earth is flat.
Wait, is in D&D lore is the Earth actually flat? Is that how the...
Well, if there's planes of existence, then logically, yeah, it would
Yeah,
be
The world is flat.
We're playing in
Yeah.
a flat Earth universe?
I know that
They
you've
need
learned.
somewhere to play, Aaron.
Like, I know that you don't have the same understanding of the world as we did, but like, yeah, I mean, if the Earth was curved, then we'd all just like fall off it, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's stupid,
Gravity works. Come on.
yeah, that's
right?
yeah.
But when you go on a boat and you go around, you don't fall off the edge. You come back around to the other side.
Are
What do
you-
you mean round?
That's how. Oh my.
No,
Anyway,
that's magic. That's like, you know.
Mm.
No, I just need to DM Matt Mercer. I need to check.
Is tal'dorei round?
Exandria, flat Earth.
Is Exandria a beautiful orb?
A beautiful orb.
I mean, I think this is a really important question. I don't know if it's ever been answered before.
Sometimes I just miss the way he says China.
Does the acid just drop through the plane and into the astral sea?
Look, the acid doesn't go on forever. It's not like invincible, immutable acid. It's just very strong acid.
I mean, even in the Alien movies, it got through a certain amount of the hull and then stopped. So, like, yeah, it's fair.
Okay,
Alien.
all right. Purple juice. How do we get the purple juice over here? How do we do that?
Well, it only took the bucket when we had a certain amount in there. So maybe we just do small amounts bit by bit
Just to clarify what you're trying to
amount.
do, you're trying to pour the purple water
into the hole we've made with
into the hole
acid.
you've made, and you don't know what's on the other side of the hole.
Yeah.
You can just to
I mean,
clarify.
this could be a
Great
fucking.
I mean, it
strategy.
might make the acid leave. It might.
But the acid's kind of burnt out. It's gone through the metal
Oh,
a little bit
well,
more,
what
and it's
we're
kind of
doing
like
is we're hoping that we can make the stone slab disappear by using the purple juice.
Well, hold
Okay.
on a second though. Like,
How
but
big's the cylinder?
but
Go on.
also, we don't know what happens when we put purple stuff into the purple pool. Like, it could be getting teleported to another location.
Send your familiar.
You want me to put
You
cheese
could.
it in there?
You could put
Right.
cheese it in it.
Oh my god.
Look through his eyes and go in. Do
Let's
it.
see how the cheese melts.
Oh,
Jesus, are you okay? Me putting you in the disappearing pool?
yes, Mother Mao.
I'm so sorry.
Why am I
promise I'll
imagining,
bring you back.
why am I imagining
Promise.
that he has like Terry Crews' voice?
Goodbye, my son.
This is my purpose.
Or you
Okay.
could send him for an eternal trip in the refilling pool.
Does cheese it go into the pool?
Yeah.
I like to choose it.
Okay.
But Hayden makes it like it's Cheez-It's decision. So Hayden puts Cheez-It on the side of the pool, like not in the water, and then Cheez-It willingly of his own accord because he's
Of course.
you know got his own mind and stuff. He goes like pokes a toe in and he's like, I don't know about that, but okay. And then he like dives in, all of his limbs splayed out like a starfish, and then he belly flops onto it.
That's cute.
Okay. And it pops in, you hear the cheese go, and cheese it vanishes.
Okay, and now my eyes roll back into my head and they go white, and I look through Cheez-It's eyes to see where he is, what he's
Okay,
doing.
cheese it lands on all fours, and you kind of look around and you kind of sniff, and it smells damp, and you can see water next to you, and you see holes on the pavement where acid has been dropped, and then you see the bucket and the coin off in the corner, and everything that you guys have thrown through kind of strewn around this room that to you looks like it's a corridor with kind of rough engravings and paintings on the side, and it just seems to go off in one direction and back. You can see the end of the corridor, and there's a turn left and a turn right on one side, and a turn left and a turn right behind you.
What's the
And these
paintings?
straight lines, by the way, DM.
They're just like little patterns, kind of.
Sorry, the corridors, sorry, they're just completely straight.
The corridor is completely straight, and then it's like left or right, but it's
Oh,
left
okay.
or right in front of you and left or right behind you.
Thank you. Sorry, Aaron.
Sorry, what was the paintings?
Oh no, they're just like little patterns, like on bricks. You know, like little, like mostly in arrows. Somehow they both seem to be pointing in both directions.
Oh, like not like framed paintings, but
No,
like
no, 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 no.
cave kind of
Yeah,
markings. Okay. Yeah, let's have Cheez-It run down one of the hallways. There's
Well, could Cheese it make an intelligence check for me?
yeah. Does he use my intelligence or does he use
I'll say if you're Jaegering him.
Jeez, it's
Yeah.
about to walk into
Yeah,
a
you
puddle
got-
of acid that we poured down there earlier.
No, he's the smart boy. He wouldn't do that.
You roll on those.
He rolled a 14. Wait, am I next to Aku? Oh wait, no, that's saving throws. Never
No.
mind.
Cheese it just starts running and running, and no matter where you turn or twist, you get confused, and suddenly you make the turning around, and you recognize the puddle and the bucket, and it spooks you a tiny bit, and you turn around and start going the other direction, and then you come across a corpse, a long dead somebody. They're a skeleton now, kind of dressed in miner's gear, carrying a pickaxe on one side. Something once scrawled in their a note in their hand that's long since disintegrated. And on the wall, you can see that they've sort of engraved with their axe. Run.
Interesting how they were doing engraving when really they're telling other people to run. You think they would have been doing a bit of running, but they're there doing the engraving. Anyway,
Presumably.
You had to be that guy.
Could Cheese It make another intelligence check for me?
Yeah. Come on, smart boy. Oh, and dirty 20. He's so clever.
Dirty 20. Okay. Cheese It makes his way scuttling round, and something you suddenly start like noticing little patterns in the corridors. Notice some of the twists and turns. You keep trying new routes until eventually it opens up to just a singular room with no exit, and in the center there is a kind of pillar with a contraption with a lever on it.
Does the lever look like something that Cheez-It could manipulate himself?
It doesn't look like something that Cheezer could manipulate himself.
Okay.
And with Cheez-It close to the ground, you just start hearing loud thumps with the ground begin to shake, one step at a time.
Cheez-It's gonna investigate the loud thumping noises because
we want to see what it is.
We gotta know what it is.
We need to.
He's gonna
Okay.
do it
Cheez-It, you're the
stealthily,
MVP.
though. He's
Yeah,
gonna do it.
Cheez-It could make a stealth check for me.
Come on, Cheez-It. You got this. 22.
ooh, he cheesed
Oh
the roll.
wait. Sorry, is that a dexterity roll or a stealth roll?
Stealth roll. But we'll use Cheez-It stealth, not yours.
Oh, well, I don't know what his stealth is.
What is Cheez It?
He's a mouse.
I
Oh
think it's
wait,
plus-
is he still a snake? No, I think he's a mouse right now.
Indeed.
Uh,
Mouse.
Yeah, we've slept, so he'll be a mouse again. He prefers
Probably.
being a mouse.
Let's take a look. I've got a rat.
it's a plus one.
Okay. So just a d20 plus 1? Ow!
Yeah.
Stop that. IRL cheese, it just bit me. Okay, dirty 20 again.
30-20. Okay, so as Cheez-It begins to enter, the smell of fairly intense burning begins to fill his nostrils.
Mm-hmm.
And as he's kind of like attempting to move towards this through the maze, and he turns a corner, and off on the thing, kind of engulfed in shadow, he can see the back of a about 15-foot large red muscled creature with kind of folded in black wings, kind of wearing black armor, carrying a fire whip,
Ooh,
moving
okay.
off in the other direction.
It's just a
That sounds like my
Bow,
future
roll,
husband. So
off,
Cal
rolling
is just
off.
gonna go run to the pool right now.
This fool is
it's
beyond any of you.
It's a Valor, but that's
So-
fine.
Hayden,
Cass is gonna slick back his hair and get ready to jump in purple pool.
Oh god.
So Hayden's gonna eyes come back and he kind of turns to the party and describes what he's just seen, and he says, "So, I mean, there is a possibility that we could just go down there and we could just fight this thing, or I've got an idea. Now listen to this. Cheez-It acts as bait, and we tempt this like weird devil thing over to where the acid landed earlier, and then we just pour more acid down the hole on top of the guy, and then that kills him, and we don't have to fight him."
Wait, is that like down the hole that we made, or is that acid that we put in the vanishing pool?
Oh yeah.
Or are they the same
Uh,
place?
Did you see the bucket? Maybe where the bucket landed is probably the best place to throw things.
Yeah. I saw that there as well.
Oh, the
It's
bottom-
Cool. Bucket full of acid, right on him.
Yeah.
So it all came to the pool. So if we keep throwing acid into the pool, then we just smoke him out, literally.
Yeah,
as it turns to
yeah.
dust.
Yeah.
Great! Let's dump acid on him. Cool.
So we should give it a try then.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Absolutely. What if he's immune to it?
Well, then we've got more information going in.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Tight plan.
And hold on. What if he's not rich and he's stupid? Or he's a genius? Or either way, he knows a way up.
Aku, maybe it's time.
Wait, what?
Hold on, I'm on something. You don't know what he knows.
We need Ascor to be himself again.
Really?
Yeah.
It's been fun, but
And yeah, Aku is gonna. Does he know how to use this scroll?
So given that it's on your spell list, you just need to read the scroll with the components, and then you need to roll for it. So you need to roll with you need to make a DC equals to the spell's level, plus 10 plus the spell level. So it's 5th level, so 15 DC using your spellcasting ability, which is your charisma. So you need to make a DC 15 check with whatever your charisma is as a modifier.
Well, if I knew I was gonna have to roll for this, I would have.
Cass will give Aku a little. I might as well on the bard. It's not gonna be great, but he's gonna like lean in and put a hand gently on Aku's shoulder and just give it a little tap and be like, "Come on, he's your friend. You got this." And just pats back a little bit and just like mutter a few kind, encouraging words down his ear. That's a D6 for you.
does Bardic Inspiration stack? If 2 bards both.
Does it? Let's have a read.
I mean, it doesn't hurt for Barnes to give him some pep talk as well, you know?
I mean, you could give somebody advantage separately, which should help.
No, you can only have 1 bardic inspiration at a time.
Oh, lame.
Okay.
Can't make a party of 5 bards and never lose a single roll.
Why though?
Pro
I'm
strats.
sorry.
People would just
Sorry,
hire
guys.
troops of minstrels to like follow them everywhere.
To
No,
just
so-
inspire them.
I rolled
Unfortunately-
If anyone has,
and
if
then
anyone
a
has like
six.
bless or anything, you could stack that on top of a bardic inspiration.
No,
No, I'm useless.
I'm useless.
Aku is suddenly filled with like concerned, dubious energy when Cass calls Askell Aku's friend and whiffs his spell
Oh, no.
and mumbles some words. Wait, actually, do I have to read this out loud?
Yes.
Well,
wait.
then-
Oh,
Well, then I can't. So
casting the spell by reading the spell requires the spell's not. No.
Well, that means Aku could never cast a spell that needs verbal components, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Which
I
you-
think
which you
this is
do.
fine.
Well, it doesn't. Isn't
You can
Aku
mouth
able
the
to
spell.
speak right now? But he just
You can mouth the
he
spell.
chooses not to.
no, he can't speak.
Oh, he completely lost the ability again.
Well, yeah, because of Lanrath.
Rather took it. Unfortunately, the spell, you kind of see the scroll kind of fizzle and it just disappears, leaving you with just a place of favour and no effect from them.
Bruh.
Sorry.
You
Oh
Wow.
my god, we've got
did what?
Oscar stuck like this.
Why would they only give us one? Like, that's just asking for failure. I don't know.
Like, call him back and ask him to bring
And
a
I'm-
professional. Not that you're not, but
Right. Askell dives to his knees and goes, "You know how much this is worth?" And starts trying to like, as the turns to powder and vaporizes into the air. He's trying to like just hoard it.
I could try and sedate him with a calm emotions, but I can't do that all day. I could just message Sergeant
You're
Vimes.
absolutely not here. Why would you say that?
You're not here. You're not. This is not
I'm
you.
here. Have you
No.
seen this sun? And then this moon?
What happens if you turn it over?
That's the thing.
Ah, great.
On the other side. there's
Great.
sun.
Can I try to pickpocket my egg of distraction back from Asgore?
You can certainly try.
No,
Is it
really, boys.
33?
What is it, sorry?
The 33.
Yep. Not even gonna ask for That's just
Um, I'm gonna say, "Hey guys, don't look over here." And Hayden's gonna get the egg spinning again, and he's gonna be like, "Asgore, what's this?" And he's gonna try to get him with the egg again.
Cool. That makes saving throw, don't I? A wisdomis, is it?
Yep.
It is 23.
Damn it! Why you got such high wisdom?
Because I took a feat. I took the fucking resilient
Oh,
feat, wisdom.
smart.
I'm tired of being the psychic guy, getting slammed constantly on wisdom saving throws. Anyway, so on that note, Asul goes, another one. dives onto the floor and just scoops it up, grabs it in his hands, and just like, I hate these things. Just pockets it, looking lovingly by his words. I hate these things.
I'd call Sergeant Vimes back. He said he could have somebody down within an hour or two, so maybe that's prudent.
Should we just like tie him up and gag him while we get on with stuff? He's unpredictable right now. I just don't know if he's
Why
gonna.
are you saying? Why? I get. Why are you talking about me like this?
Well, I'm not
Oh,
talking
no
about
reason,
you. I'm
my
talking
friend.
about someone else.
Ask,
No.
are you going to cause us harm? You're not, right? You're just chilling.
Why would I cause you harm?
Right.
Mm.
It's just a bit silly. So you're just a bit silly. You're here.
He leans in, like, and looks at you like quite earnestly, and sort of touches your hand and goes, "Are you feeling okay, Barnes?"
I'm not actually. Thank you for asking. It's pretty rare anyone asks me that.
He takes you aside,
you.
an arm over your shoulder, and takes you aside and goes, "You're always looking out for us, but who's looking out for you?"
Oh, you're beginning to sound a bit like the Aboleth, to be honest. I look out for me, Asgore. Thank you for asking, though.
He looks kind of like endearing but skeptical, and just goes, "Look, I know we've been through a lot lately, and going down here, look at this place. It's crazy. If you ever need to talk to somebody, it's serious down here. I know it's a lot of pressure. It's life or death. If you're feeling, just, I'm here."
Oh, Asgore, I quite like this version of you.
Yeah, I'd
It's gonna
like
give
to
him a
try
big
and
buddy
pickpocket
hug. What was that?
I'd like to try and pickpocket Barnes.
Oh,
Okay.
While Asker is distracted talking to Barnes, I think Hayden's gonna take this moment to be like, kind of whisper to Casadius, Zug, and Aku, and be like, "Guys, we should probably do this plan now. Well, he's preoccupied."
Yeah, I think that's a great
agree.
idea. Let's.
Yeah.
He's having a good time over there. Let's just get on with it.
So,
Yeah, it's a total of 3 + 3.
Smooth.
what are you looking for? I mean, so my passive perception is 21, active is 17.
Just literally whatever comes out of the nearest kind of pocket.
Probably find a weird cube type structure with different coloured squares on each face that seems to rotate in various directions. If you fish it out of his pocket, he goes, Oh, that old thing. I think that is a birthday present 1 year. Would you like to keep it?
What? For my birthday?
For your birthday,
You're
Asgore.
so premature.
When is
No.
your birthday? Sorry, I've only known you for like 2 weeks.
Barnes, again, I don't... Look, don't be rash in this decision. You're not yourself right now. That's fine. We all have
you.
moments.
Thank you.
I'll hold on to this until
Please
you're
do.
ready to make that decision.
Look, if you twist it, right? The objective is to make all the faces become the same colour. It's a trial of the mind.
Yes. And he leans in and pats you again. Yes, it is.
It is. Do you want to give it a go? Because I just sort of feel like, the others, they're saying things about you implying you're not all here, and I totally believe that you are, but maybe you could prove it if you could solve this extremely difficult intellectual puzzle here.
I'm not trying to fool anybody, Barnes. I'm not an intellect. And I'm not an intellect. I'm a doer, not a thinker.
Then do the puzzle, Asgore.
Come on, it's a kid's game.
Are you shy? Are
Hey,
you
look,
nervous you can't do it?
You can have it.
No.
Hey, would you like it back?
No, I'm just a little worried that you don't feel up to the task. That just feels quite unlike a Galverdane.
Well, we're not known for playing with children's toys. It's more of a kind of finance and political sphere.
I let your brother have it at the party and he solved it in like 20 seconds, so...
Sure.
I'm sure you could do it faster, though.
Okay, Barnes. Well, if you think we should have a rest, I could talk to the guys and, we could call it for the evening. if you're feeling a little.
Oh, Asgore, I just think you should just... He's just gonna close Asgore's hand around the puzzle and be like, have a look at that, alright? Just have a look at it.
And Ascol leans a little bit closer and just winks and goes, I will. Let's
Right.
get back to the gang.
While this is happening,
Well, while they both think they have the upper hand over the other.
It's like two charisma characters trying to make the other one do something.
No.
Neither of them yield.
So,
Yeah, so we will hatch the plan. We'll do the plan that we discussed earlier. We're gonna while this is happening, we're gonna grab some buckets, and we're gonna get ready to quickly siphon them from the acid pool to the vanishing pool, I think is what we decided. Because that's how we feel that the where it's gonna land. And then Cheez-It is gonna make himself bait, and he's gonna run up to within kind of sight and hearing distance of this red monster thing, and he's gonna start squeaking like mad, and running in circles, to get his attention and see if he'll follow him.
okay. So, how many buckets are you trying?
Well, I guess they disintegrate quite quickly, so I think what we'll do is we'll gather up as many buckets as we can find first, have them all lined up next to the acid pool, ready and primed to go, and then Cheez-It will do his plan, get the guy to come over.
Do we have a jug of like liquids?
I have an
can't
alchemy
remember what it's
jug.
called.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do.
Does
Yeah.
that have acid in it?
I think it does actually.
Can be.
But I don't know if it's the same strength acid as this stuff.
Is mayonnaise acidic?
Alchemy
No,
jug.
Yeah,
no.
it does not have acid in it, no.
It does have acid. It's got 8
It-
ounces.
Oh, it does. Sorry. You're literally top of the list. I was looking at the rest.
It's okay. So
Okay.
yeah, we could maybe. Oh, actually, there's also a quart of oil in here. So what I'm gonna do is before we do all this, I'm gonna pour the quart of oil from the alchemy jug down the vanishing pool to just check that it's landing where we think it's landing, and it's also gonna make the floor oily, so maybe the monster will slip on it.
To slightly speed things up, this creature, when you're experimenting putting down the vanishing thing, it falls in like kind of along this corridor in slightly different places, but the size of this creature is such that you imagine it takes up quite a lot of room.
Okay.
Like, might not everything hit, but if you do it at the right time, it might hit quite a lot of it.
Okay, cool.
So we
So
just need Cheez-It to get it where we need it to be.
awesome, yeah. Okay, so we're all lined up. Cheez-It's gonna be the bait, and then as soon as the monsters come into the area where we know that the oil has been landing, we'll start slinging acid buckets into the purple pool, and then as soon as it's been like thrown, Mage Hand will go back, grab another bucket, scoop, and then so it's gonna be like a barrage of a couple times. So I don't know how quickly the monster will recoil, but we'll try to like wait until he's like in a spot where like he can't just immediately recoil and just duck his head out. Like hopefully it's like the middle of his body we start hitting, so we get him a couple times maybe. That's the plan.
How is Cheez-It baiting this creature?
Sorry, I just had the most ridiculous mental image. Okay, so like he like squeaks and like runs around in a circle, and then like once the guy like looks at him, so like he knows that Cheez-It's sentient, Cheez-It's gonna like put his hands in like the little oil and then like rub it on his little body and be like, look how tasty I am, and then start scampering off.
I have absolutely no idea what to ask you to roll with.
Tastiness.
Are you trying
roll.
to make yourself look tasty or sexy?
Like a snack, Jamie.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like a snack.
What?
The snack
Why
does
can he
not
not be
answer the
both?
question.
Why can he not be both?
How can the mouse cover himself in oil look to the Balor?
I mean, it can't look sexy. It's not some species.
Balor of Morgoth.
Hey,
We don't, we don't know what the Balor
we're in
is.
D&D.
True, true, true.
Interspecies romance happens all the fucking time. It could be this thing's moment.
Yep.
Maybe
Right,
she's
could she-
lonely.
It's restricted to things that are like a fraction of its size.
I'm just going to ask for a percentage roll. Higher is better. Is the answer.
All right. 94.
No way.
Cheez-It is a snack.
This is the sexiest fucking mouse that has ever existed since Stuart Little's mum.
It's like Halloween sexy mouse outfit sexy.
Oh, right. Erin, could you do us the honor of describing Cheez-It's little sexy oil dance?
so he squeaks, squeak, 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 runs around in circles, so like, you know, he knows where he is, and then he'll stop at the edge of the pool of oil, and he'll pat his little hands in it, pat, 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 and little splashes will come out, and then he'll look at the Balrog, and then he'll go like, and he like rubs it all over his little chest while like squeaking here and there. And then he's gonna turn around, shake his little mouse butt with his little tail, and then he's gonna start scampering off.
Right. The Balor, not the Balrog, although they're basically the same creature, turns round and like bellows, like looks out for its opponent, what has caused this noise, and just looks down, say 20, 30 feet away. And there's a little mouse doing this little dance. And it's confused because you like looking up at it, you see intelligence in this creature's eyes. Its eyes are like wide and move like a little bit side to side. Like it's clearly not okay, and you see like scars down it, and you can see like chains now you can see all over its body. But it just looks confused for a single second. And then takes like I'm gonna assume that you can't speak Abyssal.
No.
No, in Cheez-Its head, there is just like the sound of rock rumbling on rock as this thing seems to attempt to speak, and then takes one gigantic crushing footstep forward, and you see it begin to move towards Cheez-It.
Cool. Cheez-It's gonna run and lead him towards the danger place.
Okay, could Cheez-It make a dexterity check?
Cool. Is that my dexterity?
Yeah.
Cool. 17.
17. Okay. Cheez-It doesn't seem to be. What is Cheez-It's speed?
Mouse speed. D&D mouse speed.
20 foot.
This
But I mean, compared to this thing, it's got to have super high dex, right? Because it's tiny.
Yeah. This creature moves surprisingly quickly as it almost takes off a tiny bit and begins to zoom through these caverns after Cheez-It. I'm going to make it make one attack against Cheez-It with its whip.
Cheez-It.
I feel like Cheez-Its AC is probably not that high.
Looking good, bruv. He's not looking good.
But Cheez-It's really small, so he's gonna be difficult to hit.
Yeah.
He's
AoE or
so
not?
tiny, and like it's a whip.
Oh my
That's
God.
not exactly precision.
Mice in 3.5e have an AC of 19.
Well,
Are you
it's the
kidding
basis
me?
of
Just 'cause
them
it's
being
so hard
really
to hit.
small.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
if you were a
3.5
fly, the odds of getting hit are like so small,
Yeah.
logically.
What is it in 5e?
Okay, so this
I'm
has a
trying to
plus
find out.
14 to hit.
That's not good enough. That's what I'm gonna say.
And I'm going to take a picture of what I rolled.
Oh no.
Did you roll exactly 14?
It's like a 1 or something, isn't it? And you get like a plus 13 to the
No, I
hit,
get a
which
plus
is-
14.
Mm-hmm.
So I need a 5
Or above.
or above.
In 3.5e.
I'm still trying
Wait,
to
so what is...
find a
We don't-
stats in 5e.
I
It says
bet you
AC.
would.
Oh man,
10.
AC
Yeah.
10 in
No,
5e.
I'm willing to go... That's fine. I'm willing
Cheez-It-
to set this as reasonable. He won't hit it because I rolled a 3. And we can use the
Ah.
3.5 as the whip. Whoosh, was in. It does, however, ignite the oil around Cheez-It.
Oh no.
Could you... Cheez-It is on fire as he scampers underneath where it is with the creature thing, and you hear Cheez-It go... click, and dies. Because he has 1
No!
HP.
That's like
You
how
know Cheez-It
original
got to-
Cheez-It died. He got flamethrowered to death. I'm so sad.
You know that Cheez-It got to his destination, but you don't know where the creature is.
Okay.
You're
Oh.
choosing when to pour in the acid.
We're gonna wait just like a couple of seconds, thinking that
maybe he'll walk to Cheez-It's body to see what was
to
annoying
like
him.
investigate it. So and we'll be like, hold. Okay, now. And yeah, try to make an educated guess on when it's gonna come forward.
Okay.
Can one hear any of this? Like, from that hole we made in the thingy, does it sound like they're the same place?
No, you don't hear anything from the hole.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, how many buckets are you putting down?
How many mage hands do we have? Is it just the 2?
Just the 2.
Oh wait,
three.
have you got mage hand as well? Oh, but you're distracted with Barnes. When you cast a mage hand, is it just one hand or is it like 2 hands?
It's 1 hand.
Okay. Then yeah, we're throwing 2 buckets down, and then
We have the jug of alchemy as well, so Cass can happily, because he's physically, his hands are free. He
I have
can
to
pour,
BRB 1 sec.
he can pour the jug of acid down at the same time.
I mean, keep in mind, both Barnes and I have literally just walked back to the group. So we're about.
Do you think Asgore would join in the shenanigans at this
Play
moment?
along, yeah.
Hmm,
He's more than welcome to.
I think he would. I mean,
Yeah.
I think he's got telekinesis and can probably get the world's largest bucket down there.
Oh my god, yeah, that's amazing.
Wait,
okay.
you can just telekinesis all the water into the respective holes and resolve the puzzle. You literally can just do that.
Can you telekinesis water? Maybe the buckets themselves, but like.
Could he use a mine cart? Are there any mine carts lying around? Because those are bigger and you can fit more water in them.
They might not fit in the well, though.
But it'd just be pouring it.
As in, they would need to scoop it out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, surely you can telekinesis a thing of water. Anyway, that's a later problem.
Okay. I will say, with Ascot, you can pour 3 buckets down of this.
And then the jug of alchemy.
And then the jug of alchemy for a little bit more, less powerful acid.
Every little helps.
So that means we've
Okay.
got 3 buckets from Asgore, 2 from Cass and Hayden, and then the jug of alchemy as well.
No, I'm saying 3 in total.
Oh, so Asgore's can only lift 1?
Well, telekinesis is an object, not multiple objects.
Oh, okay. So he could just use mage hand then and
Yeah.
save the spell slot.
So I'm saying,
Put loads on like, I don't know, like a disc or something. I could tip like 10 or something. I don't know.
but also the acid is getting, any container you put it in, it's getting rid of it quite quickly. I'm going to say 3. So all your efforts combined. I'm going to roll some dice. Okay, what's its constitution? +6. Okay. Okay. It all peels in, and of course you don't know what happens.
Shit. How quickly can I resummon Cheez-It?
That's part of your spell list, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just checking.
Right, how many of these do I roll?
Isn't it a ritual for doing Find Familiar?
Yeah, it takes
It's
an
10
hour.
minutes. Oh,
10 minutes.
well,
I
no.
think you can pass rituals as a rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to take a feat to be able to cast rituals, which I did not.
Okay, this is a lot of dice.
That's us not got Cheez-It. He went out with a whoa, that's a lot of dice.
Whoa.
Wow, you are.
I'm assuming that's how much damage we did with the acid?
So on a
Aye.
scale of 1 to 10, how angry it now is.
Oh my god. Very
That's
angry.
surprising. I don't know. I feel like when someone says 30, 66, 123, I guess there's about 3.5. Right?
Pretty good. There's a lot of 6s in there.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's a lot of 1s too. There's a lot of 6s.
We've got a
Alright
Cloud's dice on
then.
the screen as well.
Alright, do we, has anyone got a way of looking down there again, or do we just send someone in and hope for the best?
I like to think I'm quite a brave individual, but I'm not jumping into that hole.
What are we hoping to achieve? We're sort of just
Well, I'm wondering if the whole
There's a
lever
lever
thing
down.
is what opens the.
Oh, there's a lever down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
I could go
We can all
invisible
go.
and go down there.
I can also go down there. Although I could summon a steed. I don't know if they'd fit down.
I was just trying to like shove
Done.
like a deer into the.
Can you do what Hayden did? Can you like see through your steed's eyes and stuff?
No, but it can communicate with me.
Oh, that's good. I don't know.
How big is this actually?
Like, it's like
well, pool.
the wells are just slightly bigger than a human. Like, you think a human could comfortably slide down there.
That's not disconcerting at all.
Maybe we just commit to it. Maybe we just go in and just go fight it and be fine.
If we get stuck, like, I could just teleport us back, or Asgore could, so...
Yeah, am I still on a max HP of 1 HP?
No. You fully rested. You're long rested.
Cool. Okay, that's fucking great.
Do you guys want me to go first? I am fire resistant, I guess.
Maybe I could make you invisible, so then it won't see you, and you can just kind of scope out the
this-
area.
How many spell slots you got, buddy? Because I can make me invisible too, and I don't want you wasting.
I'm not very good at it, so not many.
I can make you super invisible so you can still do shit.
I like what he said.
Does Cass look anxious when he says that? Does he look like?
Oh yeah. He looks like he's saying it because he feels like it's like the right thing to do because you guys have helped him so much, but he looks like he's hoping you'll all say no.
Miles probably spots this and kind of chuckles and says, and at the same time, you're fire resistant, but I'm already dead, so if I die again, it's no biggie. So,
But I mean,
do it.
only
Don't worry.
if it gets me, I'll take like what, half damage, and if I'm invisible, it's even. I mean, how good at dodging are you?
Fine.
Honestly,
Who like
if you had a number for your dexterity,
If I had to number it from like 1 to 20, I'd put it at like an 18 personally.
oh, that's funny. Mine's a little bit higher.
Yeah, well, like, yeah, you're pretty fast. That's fine. I can't be as good as you, but
That's a really
Look-
strange scale. Generally, people do 1 to 10.
all I do things in double.
I can go.
Why don't we go
Looking at-
together?
Barnes and looking at Barnes and he's literally just like a walking skeleton. He's just like not the most durable looking person Aku has ever seen. So
Why don't we go together? A few of us. Like there's a lever, right?
well, yeah, I mean I assume that no one would go by themselves given that if they were trapped down there.
Oh yeah, I was just offering to go like first. I was expecting you guys to
Yeah.
right behind me, you know.
Sure. I mean, well, look. Invis on whoever, but if you're nervous about it, Cass, I'm really strangely calm about this sort of shit, so.
We should probably
Yeah,
go
no.
quickly before that monster disappears too far down the caves.
Right.
Someone make me invisible. Just big invisible. Let's go. Let's go.
Bonza's gonna greater invis himself and jump in.
Okay.
Fuck.
Oh, does that only go on Barnes?
You or a creature you touch. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then Hayden will cast invisibility on Casadius, so Casadius can jump in after him.
All right. And you just hear the other side, and then you see just a sploosh following Barnes into the pool. Is
as you
Aku
all-
coming? Is Aku coming?
Okay.
Yeah, he's just gonna jump in straight after.
Did anyone not jump in?
We shouldn't all go. I don't think
Uh,
initially.
Well, Aku doesn't have invisibility on.
Nope.
It would kind of defeats the point of the other ones being invisible.
That's such an Aku move.
Well, how about before we jumped in, we just retcon that Barnes or someone said that if the door, if you don't notice anything in the room change within a certain amount of seconds, then follow us. Maybe give it 10 seconds, because that's 2 rounds, right?
Yeah, and Bonds is sending and shit, so you can. Yeah.
Would Aku listen to that though, or would he still jump in?
Oh no, Aku's still coming, I think. But if we have 3 of us, go in, then 3 stay out.
He's gonna heroically fight the thing.
No, is it still there?
So, as you land, you see there is just acid dripping from the walls. You kind of need to jump out of a little puddle when you come down. You see the flaming body of Cheez-It off to the side, still smoldering ever so slightly. Not only is there acid, but the entire corridor seems to also now have burn and scorch marks all over it. Much of the things you've thrown down here have been obliterated. The walls are splintered, although when you look at the walls, they're kind of beginning to reform. Off in the corner, on the ground, you see heavy black chainmail along with just chains and also some of the gauntlets, as well as the fire whip just laying on the ground. And slightly off to the side, slumped up on the corner, kind of sitting down. You see it it's breathing up its bull-like nostrils, kind of breathing smoke and fire. A lot of its torso kind of disintegrated. Acid burns up and down its thing, almost all of its armor, and the chains that you notice there are the scars that it's kind of got as if chains have almost pulled in on it. The acid has burnt them off, so you can see the skin beneath for that slowly to go, and it just seems to be sitting up against the wall, just breathing very heavily, kind of and you see it is definitely in pain, but it's not dead. But as it kind of looks up, notices Aku kind of landing, it doesn't immediately grow to be aggressive. And can you speak Abyssal, Aku?
No.
You hear a voice in your head, again, stone grinding, but it doesn't make any sense to you. And the creature looks at you, almost nods, kind of slumps back.
Did we just kill a friend?
Speaks Abyssal?
Well, this is in Aku's head initially, but it just kind of sits back and closes its eyes and kind of looks up at the ceiling, breathing.
It wouldn't be the first time we killed a good aligned creature.
I mean, it looks like a
How
Balrog.
good can it be? It's like a fucking devil, dude, with a
I mean,
fire whip.
it might just be that
Sadie is right here.
Yeah, that's true. It might just be that we did something that it's you fucked me up, man. Don't worry. Does it speak Infernal?
Yeah, I was gonna say Infernal.
You can
anyone?
try.
Just. Oh, I don't know if Cass would
Barnes.
Yeah.
You are filled with hatred for this creature, and you don't know where it comes
from. Yeah, I guess he'd materialize his little rapier, for sure.
Hey, let's calm the situation down here.
He's very invisible. He's in greater invis.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah.
Cass just in Infernal is hey, big guy, you all right over there? And it just you guys just hear Klingon.
I think Barnes speaks Infernal, but at the sound of kind of the sparkling cracking of Infernal, this thing whips around almost to make it as if that sound has provoked it a little bit. Whereas before, suddenly its energy is quite in the way that it can be, being as debilitated as it is, has suddenly moved from acceptance or whatever it was before, suddenly is a bit more on edge, a bit more passive, looking for where that sound came from.
Cass just in Dwarvish will just say the Dwarvish equivalent of fuck.
And see it kind of almost try to get to its feet, but then slump back down.
How long has it been?
Probably about 30 seconds.
Yeah,
well,
you've
at
not
that
you've not
point-
had ascending.
At that point, we would jump down, no?
Did we say it'd be when we send ascending, or did we say
We said,
what did
we
what
have
did we-
10 seconds, and if
different.
nothing changes.
I don't know if Barnes retcon that as
Yeah, I think you'd well, I don't know. Up to you. Yeah. If we were retconning that, I would have said sending would probably be the.
I'm gonna go find the lever. I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a minute. And
Saying that in
Cass is,
common.
yeah. Yeah, Cass ain't speaking any more infernal. This thing does not like infernal stuff, so he's just gonna. You just hear his footsteps. He doesn't make a point of covering. You just hear his footsteps going backwards as he moonwalks to safety, and goes looking for the lever.
I rolled a d20. Okay.
Okay.
In common, then, Buns will probably say. And what was it that put you down here?
It looks directly at you. It has true sight. So directly at you, and doesn't seem to recognize the language you're speaking.
Didn't we figure out a while ago that Asgore has tongues?
Yeah.
Alright, well, I imagine... I don't know whether Zach would have got impatient and just like... He would have... You know what? Yeah, he would have done. He would have got impatient and just...
Oh,
what if they're in trouble?
as long as you jump in, you're greeted by this scene. Same as always, like Aku's standing there looking at this thing. This thing looking defeated, laying against the wall, but slightly more. It seemed to try to stand up probably as you arrived, and then slump back down, and just isn't dead, but is dying.
Wow. You did that already? Incredible.
Oh, by the way,
What a fight!
Zug would have had his mind linked to Asgore's before he jumped down, as Asgore's obviously hesitating.
Yeah.
And you would have heard not shortly after, what's going on down there?
There's a big
Riches.
demon-looking thing.
What about the riches?
It doesn't look very good though. It looks like they lost. It looks like they won the fight. Must have been very fast.
And the riches?
And the what?
The riches.
I
Oil.
can't see it. I can't see the riches.
But it's safe.
Casadius, could you make an
Define
intelligence
safe.
check for me? Oh, no.
Oh, nope, absolutely not.
Casadius will do nothing of the sort. How dare you?
Casadius will absolutely not make it insane.
Casadius?
You're muted, Casadius.
Adios.
Adios, Casadius. You're muted.
Works.
Sorry, my Discord crashed.
No, all right. Could you make an intelligence check as you attempt to navigate the maze?
Would it be an investigation or would it be
No, it's a
intelligence?
DC 20 intelligence check.
Oh dear lord. Sure. Just straight up check.
But,
Yeah.
Come on, roll. That's an 18.
Casadius, you wander for a little bit while the rest of this continues.
Can he put little marks on the wall, like just like even if it's just with his like
Yeah,
slightly clawed
absolutely.
fingers, he'll put like a little X on some of the corners if he goes around any.
Continue as we'll do. Perhaps that might help in a future check.
Okay.
The rest of you, what are you doing with this creature? Are you walking away from it? Are you going to go try to do the maze?
Does it
Are
look
you
like
gonna-
it's trying to speak?
It's projected a voice initially into Aku's head, and then yours as you've shown yourself,
Yeah.
and Barnes as he's said something.
Okay.
So if any of you speak Abyssal, you would understand the language. But it is not trying to actively speak with its mouth, no.
Okay, so it's projected a voice into the Zug's head, so therefore Asgore would have heard the same voice?
No, that's not how mind linking works.
Oh, I see. How does mind linking work?
It's like a one-way channel between the two of you.
we have an invisible
Oh,
string between one another.
I see.
In Infernal, Barnes would probably approach it slowly and say,
It's talking weird enough. I can't understand it.
do you understand? Or just hate what you're hearing in the same way that I hate you?
How close do you get saying that?
Oh, how edgy are we feeling? I don't know. Say we'll like walk slowly towards it. We'll say like 10 feet because we don't give a fuck.
Okay.
In very broken infernal.
Oh,
Oh.
it does speak it.
In very, very broken
Oh.
infernal, you'll hear in your head kind of muttering. The language of the ancient enemy.
He'll pause and fold his arms and say, and if you were me, an ancient enemy of yours, would you spare the dying creature in front of you, or would you finish it off?
You've forgotten much of my nature if you think I die here.
What do I think it means by that?
You can make Arcana check.
Means he's got 5 fucking air miles down to the underground, didn't it?
Okay, that's pretty good. I did 19 plus 6 for 25 total.
Yeah, somewhere in the back of your mind, through the many books you've read, through your amnesia, through whatever happened, you remember that there are quite a lot of creatures in the world that only truly die if they are killed within their home plane.
Do these things, how readily do they regenerate? Will it suffer for a long time if I leave it here as it is?
You don't know.
Barnes is going to nod in understanding. Just look at it and say, better to leave you here then, I think, no?
You've already freed me. I am grateful.
Who put you here?
What's that bit? The Lord of Salar.
Who is that?
Yoram is what he calls himself.
Still?
I have no concept of time.
What's the...
But the magic persists.
What is the last thing you remember? Before your incarceration?
I was on the front lines, fighting for Thazadum, for the gods, against the Aboleth civilization. I was captured and placed here.
Oh, that is a long time. A very long time indeed. Either way, you're free. Bond is probably going to turn and explain this to the party. So, gentlemen, we've freed a creature of the ancient world.
Just touching. Sorry, I want you to carry on. Just Ascot probably comes down at that point. You see.
Cool, yeah.
Okay, I'll say at this point, Kaz, you round the corner, and unfortunately, you're back in the same place. But you can try it when you can navigate. You can try to navigate again. I think you're still muted.
Big mute energy.
I'm going to use the things that I put on the walls, and I'm going to give it one more try.
Go again.
Okay.
You see him walking like, oh, hi, Cass. Bye, Cass.
Oh, Kaz speaks again. Like, nope, not dealing with this shit.
That's 21, buddy.
21. Okay. You will solve it this time. Will probably take you 5 minutes to find it. so would let the others talk to this thing and decide what happens first, but you will find your way out of here or find the
Looking for
lever.
the lever.
Yeah. Everyone else, Barnes relays to you the information he just heard.
Creature of the ancient world, servant of the abyssal evils, the demons from the great beyond. Captured while fighting Aboleths in age beyond our own.
So it's on our side?
Well, it's happy that we freed it, but of course,
We freed it. Doesn't look very free. Looks kind of dead.
he'll get better. They always do. And if we kill it, it'll just regenerate, not die properly, unless it's killed in the abyss itself. So,
Wait. What do you mean? If we kill it? We kill it, we kill it. It doesn't
kill
die.
it won't die. It'll just sort of send it back to its extraplanar Pokeball, I guess.
Sends it to another world. Sounds good enough for me. He says when he just kind of pulls his axe out a bit more.
I mean, maybe there's
Anywhere but here.
easy balance. Maybe we could extort it.
For
mean,
what, Ascor? What are you
would it-
escorting a demon for?
Would it help us if we healed it?
You
Hmm.
have to speak to it first.
That's not a bad idea, Aku, loath though I am to admit it. Ugh, he's gonna turn around. You can't be happy with what's been done to you. The Lord Durham, did you say? The power persists? Are you a vengeful creature?
It kind of like coughs up some blood and infernal thing and spits it on the floor. You get the impression it found the idea it wasn't a vengeful creature funny.
Yeah, okay, kind of rhetorical, okay.
Yeah, kind of angel of death vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. So here's how I see it. We're on our way to go to the ruins of Solar. We'll probably cross blades with the entity what put you here. Do you want to make it a combined mission? Or what would it take for that to be appealing to you?
What language is Bond speaking this at the moment?
In final, but I think he's probably translatoring it, so verbatim kind of turning back to the party and relaying it.
Tell him we're not technically his enemies. We're not even from the same time.
He kind of scowls at that and sort of says, "We're not technically your enemies."
You don't have to add the technically part. Come on.
You maybe don't understand the technically, but he air quotes it.
I don't even know what you are. You
The
didn't
mutually
exist in my
gold.
time.
Wait, is it? We, little meat bags, didn't exist in your time.
Wow.
You know, it's
Before us.
Oh, shit.
Is my guy translating little meat bags through two different languages?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible skills.
What does meat to do with this?
Did we lose?
You go back home. We die. We have more to lose than you do.
No.
Oh, did you
The
lose?
magic persists. Did we lose?
Did they lose what? I don't understand.
Or did they? Did you lose? I think everybody lost, to be honest. I mean, the Aboleths are sort of skulking about, but they're here beneath the earth, and the abyss persists on, but it's not so overspilling into the prime material plane, so neither of you have dominion here. They're new gods. We're on our way to hunt Pisces. I really can't say this word. Fuck me. Pisces. The queen of the Aboleths, the progenitor of them. big scary red eyes.
The leader. She persists.
Very much so. She's actually about to cause an apocalypse on our world, so we're on our way to stop it. Which I imagine you don't want.
I feel there is far more than I do not know, but how long do you think I've been here?
How long do I think he's been here?
So, when was...
A long ass time.
It's a
When was
long
the
ass,
world made?
I should have an answer to this. So it's like 800. So it's like at least... This is at least 800 years pre-divergence. Sorry, post-divergence.
How deep did the dwarf dig? You know, it's the same question, really.
Tens of thousands of years.
A while, we'll say that. It's been a while. It's a long time that you haven't lost, but you're about to, if she gets what she wants. And she's freed. We can't stop it.
You can make a persuasion check.
I'm just gonna slap on with D6 on top of that one. Okay. Oh, okay. Thanks. Come through, D6. 13,
You
6.
can't. Are you
19.
inspiring yourself, or is this the?
No, that's my
Okay.
knowledge from a previous life.
Got it.
That's 19 plus 15. That's good. That's 34. I rolled a 13, a 6 on the D6. And then we're a bard.
Okay. So 36.
34.
Which masters do you serve?
I'm master of my own fate.
It's called Sergeant Vibes, and he didn't have the greatest time recently.
He serves Sergeant Vimes. He's a naked meat bag.
Hey, that's not very nice.
You don't. Do you know how to get out of here?
Well, you just go up.
There's like a maze with a lever. Sure. How does it react to that?
You found the way out. I could never pull it.
But you've been here for tens of thousands of years and you couldn't find the stick?
How many
No. He found the stick. He said he could never pull it.
Oh, he couldn't pull it. I thought he said he couldn't find it.
No.
Oh God.
Why couldn't he pull it? It looks kind of strong.
Magic.
All
right.
I will say, whilst Barnes can be convincing and this creature thing, this is probably making most of you fairly unsettled. The idea of having him as an ally.
That is true.
You can continue to go along with it, but I would say it's something the party might want to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, Barnes is probably keeping going and relaying and kind of, inviting anyone to kind of chip in and he'll translate it for you. Inferno's actually pretty good,
Is Barnes trying to translate it as best to his ability, or is he kind of like maybe bending it a bit to his?
No, he's not spinning it. He's. I rolled high enough my wisdom save that I didn't just want to stab the creature outright. So we're being a good boy about this one. So we can pull the stick for you. What then?
I do not know.
I never trust a demon. But it's pretty ridiculous to think that you'd stand against us in your state. We do have a common enemy. One that looms large, in fact, over your history. And all of ours. I find nothing unites like a common enemy, at least. It always seemed to work for the Abyss, at least.
Others input? Hayden, Aku, Asko, Doug.
I have not jumped in the pool. I'm still upstairs.
Oh, sorry, Hayden. I thought you had.
Axel did go down. In that
Maybe-
room.
Actually, Hayden's invisible, so you wouldn't actually know if he'd gone down or not.
Hayden's visible. It's Casadius
Oh, yeah, of
and
course.
Barnes who are invisible. So yeah, Hayden's just kind of like looking back and forth with Zug upstairs, being like, "Been down there for a while. Do you think we should go?"
Stadius,
Oh.
you get to the lever. Do you pull it?
Oh fuck! I should have thought about this before I got here. Can he look around it, and does he get the impression? Are there any like cogs in the walls? Anything that insinuates it will transport?
With your passive
everything?
investigation, you don't. There's nothing mechanical about this.
Can he make an active investigation?
Yes.
check? Okay. That's the 33.
33.
That's
There
a
is-
natural
there-
20 with a 33.
There are no grooves. There's the stone is solid all the way through. Whatever happens when you pull this lever, it is magical in nature.
Ooh.
He's trying to. I think what he's worried is, will it transport everything that's in this area, or will it only transport the person pulling the lever? How far does he think he's traveled with running through the maze?
You don't know with all twists and turns if it's the closest thing, but you've moved probably kilometer.
Kilometer, jeez. So I definitely can't cast message.
Fuck no.
If he goes back the way he came and marks every single corner with a little tick, would he be able to get back?
Yeah, I'll let you have
facing
solved
that
it.
way?
That's fine.
Okay. He's gonna tap the lever lightly with like a tip of his finger and be like, "I'll be back for you. Just don't go anywhere." And then he's gonna go back, and every time he
Okay.
gets to a corner, he'll do a little tick and he'll come find the guys.
Walking kilometers, it's probably been 10 minutes. Everything happening, Barrow taking a long time to find. You guys doing anything. Hayden, would you have jumped in?
Has Zug jumped in?
Yes.
Yeah, Zug went straight in.
A while ago, yeah.
Oh right, sorry. I thought Zug was still out. So I'm the only one who's not gone in.
Yeah, and it's been about 10 minutes.
Okay. I mean, if all my friends are dead, I might as well kill myself too. So I'm gonna jump in.
Buddy.
Okay, yeah, you land there with all of the people standing around. Invisibility drop now, I imagine. The scene of this devastated creature. Not talking because it's in people's heads, but that's the scene you jump down to. With everybody kind of standing around, Barnes standing in between the group and the creature, sword out still, but facing towards it, and everyone alive standing there. Casadius not around yet.
Hey, welcome to the demon party.
So what's going on down here?
So, get this. And he's going to explain the abridged version. Be like, so, the question is, do we take our buddy, or, what's your name? Do you have a name?
Axithar.
Axithar. Do we take him to go fight the Aboleth Queen?
Right. That's an do we have to?
I mean, we could just kill him, but we'll send him straight back to the Abyss for him to regenerate. Which maybe we don't care about.
He does seem grateful to you at the moment. You don't get the sense he's about to come hunt you, but
What does everyone else think? Are you guys voting? Am I splitting the vote? What's going on here?
I mean, I don't particularly want to befriend that. And he looks over to it, kind of like wheezing against the wall. But if its enemy is our enemy, then allowing it to do its thing couldn't harm us if it keeps its word. But I'm all for killing it as well, so...
I take demons as the scourge of the multi-planes. But at the same time, we can trust it to be vengeful. I'd probably recommend we don't travel with it, but we let it go, send it off on its merry way, and expect it to come and act vengeance at some point. I don't think that would be unrealistic. So, Gaskell, what do you think?
I mean, it doesn't look like the most friendly thing I've ever seen in my life. Is it supposed to be?
you probably reappear at this point, Casadius.
You're muted,
you're muted.
buddy.
Wow. I guess the invisibility has gone by this point?
Yes.
Yeah, you just see Cass come jogging around a corner like, oh, he's still here. He's alive still. That's
Name's Axathar.
good for him, I guess.
We're voting. Do we want him to come help us kill the Aboleth Queen or not?
What's he gonna do when we're done killing the Aboleth Queen?
Good question. I haven't asked him. Axathar, what are you going to do when you've helped us defeat the Aboleth Queen?
Thrive.
Contact my master for orders.
I'd go back to the Abyss anyway.
Is that what he means, or does he mean he's gonna?
He's speaking in Infernal, by the way, because so you will understand that directly.
Oh, weird hearing Infernal spoken. Hate it.
Why a demon, right?
Yeah. Okay, so he's gonna serve his master, but like, does that mean is he gonna go back to the Abyss, or is he gonna serve his master like on this plane? Should
Like all devils, you talk too much.
I'm not a. Yeah, sure. Okay. Are you gonna like serve your master on this plane, or are you gonna? And you guys again just hear Klingon.
Wherever Tharizdun requires me.
Fair.
There's Dune, yeah, cool.
Who's Tharizdun?
Do I know who that is?
Yeah. One of, I mean, the betrayer gods themselves are relatively well known. Their incarnations are out, but yeah, one of the betrayer gods.
Right.
Specifically the Chained Oblivion.
Yeah. I don't think we. Cass is gonna cast message to Barnes, and he just put his hand over his mouth and mutter really quietly in common. Yeah, I don't think we want him doing anything to support Tharizdun out here. You know, like no, terrible idea.
This
Bonds-
thing
yeah.
is sorry, I'm confused. I know what it looks like, but like it hasn't mentioned like the betrayer gods or anything like that when it's been talking, right?
Well, it mentioned it served Tharizdun in the war of the gods versus the Aboleths. Because meta knowledge, far back below, the gods, as they are, were once a united force that came to the planet and fought the inhabitants, which was the elementals and the Aboleths, until they won and banished the elementals and the Aboleths. And then hundreds or thousands of years later, the gods themselves split into two teams.
And was this like relayed word for word by Barnes?
Conversation. Yeah, pretty much. He would have directly said Tharizdun if the guy had said it.
Well, I guess Aku probably does have an issue with it then.
Yeah. Because,
Yeah.
you know, speaking in common now, just because this thing doesn't seem to understand common, right?
It doesn't.
Oh.
Okay. No offense. I really think releasing something that supports Tharizdun and wants to see Tharizdun's goals achieved when it's this strong, and if it regenerates, I mean, that's going to be a terrible thing to be right underneath a mon, right?
Oh, I agree. It's totally terrible. And like, here's the thing. I hate demons. I truly, truly do. And I'm trying to decide what the best way to deal with it is. I think probably leaving it imprisoned is the best one if we can chain it back up. But if we kill it, we send it back to Tharizdun anyway, and he gains a marshal in his war against the devils, in the ongoing blood war. And
What's
if
wrong with that if they just kill each other? Not a big deal. Not our
I
problem.
you don't want imbalance in that war, you don't want imbalance in that war.
Well, I found the lever to get us out. I don't know. Should I ask
Bathroom
him
just
what
listening.
happened?
Sorry, bathroom break.
Uh-huh.
Tiny manager. If you're talking amongst yourselves, if you want to ask me a question, I'll be back.
Yeah. Do you think I should ask the guy, like an infernal, if he knows what happens if we pull the lever? Like,
Yeah, you could try. He said he couldn't touch the stick, but like maybe he knows what happens when you touch the stick.
I mean, he couldn't. I could touch the stick.
He couldn't touch the stick, so you're doing better than him.
Some
Cast
devil I
stick
am, huh?
toucher.
Yeah, that's what they called me in prep school.
In prep school, really?
I'm kidding. I didn't go to any schools.
Well, yeah, here's the thing, right? It might be useful if we bring it with us and just hope it beats up the Aboleth Queen and then we can kill them both at the same time afterwards.
But that still means it gets sent back to Tharizdun.
Right, the best thing we can do here is just leave it chained up somehow and hope it doesn't get out. But the chains seem to be otherwise missing. Acided, perhaps. I'm not sure. So.
Well, I mean, it can't get out though. Like, it can't touch the lever. So if it turns out that you have to be touching the lever when it's pulled to get out or whatever, then or in the room that it's in, we can just make sure it's here.
Hello. Yeah, I mean, we could make it like stand behind us, and if he comes with us, then oh shit. And if he stays here, then
I'll ask him.
yeah, ask him. It'd be fine.
What's his name again?
Amen. We'll go with Amen.
Amen.
Axathar. Axie.
I'm gonna call him Axathar. He doesn't look like a nickname type.
Cool name.
It is a bit, isn't it?
In Infernal, Cass is going to like crouch down near, but not near enough that he's in physical
Burning range.
reach. Yeah. Axathar, my good man, my dude. That lever.
Quickly, worm. What is
All right, that lever that we found down here. My friend Barnes said that you can't touch it. Do you know what happens if we do touch it?
No one's got past me.
Yeah, but I'm assuming a smart guy like you who's been here and put here for a purpose, you would be told what happens if someone touches it so you know to stop people from touching it, right?
I was placed here against my will.
Right.
I am compelled to guard it. I'm sure pulling it allows people to leave this place.
Is he lying?
Yeah, can I insight check?
Yeah, go for it.
Give me 1 second. Insight. There it is. Not my best trait, but that isn't 8, so it's not my best.
Difficult to tell. He's so injured. He's so raggedy. His voice in you. It's just a voice in your head with a body that isn't really responding.
Okie dokie. Does it like? Are you aware? Is it like the one room that the lever's in that changes and lets people out, or is it like the whole maze?
I've pondered allowing somebody to pull the lever whilst I was in the room. Maybe I'd be freed to. But like I said, I am compelled to stop any who try.
Good to know. You're doing a great job there, buddy. I'll be right back. And Cass will, like, while still crouching, will turn and just start squatting the other way. And then stand up and go join the others. Back to common. Okay, so he's guarding it. He doesn't know, but he said that he'd pondered standing in the room while someone pulled it. So the insinuation there is even he thinks that it's kind of like specific to the room that the lever is in. And he said he would be compelled to stop us, or stop anyone from pulling the lever. But I know the way through the maze now, and he's really injured. So if we
I'd
wanted
like to see him
just
try.
yeah,
Well, do you know what? If we want to leave him here, and you feel confident that he's not just going to stand up and go pull the lever in our absence, then sure, fuck it, let's leave him.
I mean, I don't feel particularly confident of anything right now, but I think he looks he doesn't look like he could chase us at full speed down a corridor,
Well, even if he does, I'm sure we'd make quick work of him at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't understand the problem of just destroying him. He won't be our problem.
Yeah, but he'll go back to the hells and he'll become a problem for, like, everyone.
Do you intend to go to the hells?
Well, no,
Yeah,
'cause
that's what I said.
It's
He'll
pretty
come
balmy in the summer. Like
he'll
it's not
come
bad.
back out, right? Like Sarasdun will have another big member for his army, right? And that's a problem, right?
Right, that would suck. Let's just leave him. He can continue his miserable suffering in the infinite passage of time.
You did mention that you'd already freed him.
Oh no! Now that I've said that, he did say that we'd already freed him.
Yeah.
So I suppose now that he's not chained, I guess he can maybe just go and touch the lever whenever he wants now.
I guess. But if we touch it first, does it stop him from being able to touch it again?
Or does he just re-flick it and then flick it again, and he's touched the stick now, and now he's
What
asked
if
our
when we
stick toucher.
touch it, we break it?
Can you break a magical stick?
We could dispel it when we're done.
We could Giga dispel the stick.
We should probably get going because Thaddeus.
Yeah,
I mean,
I marked the way if you want.
Yeah. All right, Axathar. You seem kind of suspicious. Look. You've said that you're already free. Great. If that's true, then have a good life, I suppose. If you feel like fighting the Aboleth, then whatever, do as you will. You'll not be travelling with us, however.
Seems like a fair thing to say. Anyway, let's
Seems
make a move.
fine.
You
Unless
see him just like breathe out, like snorts a little bit of smoke. If I see you again, I owe you a debt.
What did you say?
he said if he sees us again, he owes us a debt.
Oh, that could be useful.
Do you know what? Bods is just going to turn around and extend a hand to, like, shake.
Oh no.
Deal.
He doesn't even go to shake it.
Oh, please don't leave me hanging. This is so embarrassing.
He is on fire, Barnes. Barnes, he is on fire.
He's just going to do that thing where he, like, puts a hand on his hip and just... okay. Let's go. Nobody ever rejects me for a handshake or a high five. I can't believe this. I'm so embarrassed. Let's go.
As you're all walking away, you get about halfway down, and you see you hear from behind you an eruption, an explosion, and fire and smoke billows through where you've just walked. As presumably the body of Axathar explodes.
Oh, I hate that.
We got out of there just in time.
I hate when they do that.
Ugh.
I don't think I can do that.
Oh. You know, I really hope he goes back to the hells and he makes Asmodeus' life really bad.
Why did he just explode?
They do that.
Yeah.
They just do that.
They do that.
You kill them and they just...
Mm.
Or
Curious.
they just immolate themselves to go back home, or like, you know.
That's bullshit. That's
Mm.
bullshit. They can do that.
Sure!
I wish I could just set myself on fire and go home.
I mean, you
You
can
know,
certainly
I-
try.
Doing anything and
You could do that.
fighting.
No,
them.
I'd die.
Yeah,
I'd
you
just burn to death. I wouldn't go
Do
home.
that.
I'd
You
die.
didn't say how long you wanted to be on fire for. It could be like, what, like 2 seconds?
Right.
Hi, you guys are just being dicks now.
No, I mean,
What do you mean now? I'm a dick all the time. That's kind of
that's not true, Casadius.
my...
You're an upstanding young gentleman.
So, where's this lever you're talking about?
Oh yeah, I marked the way. Let's go. And
That was
cast
the way,
the-
stick toucher.
You guys get to the end of the maze, following Casadius, find the singular room with one exit and one entrance, and the magical stick lever in the middle. Walk up to it, pull it down.
Castle touch that stick.
Yeah, slightly humming. Put it down, and the kind of purple energy goes out, lights up kind of all the little crevices and cracks in the wall. You feel your whole world shift and twist around you until you're standing back in the middle of the dais, except that this time there is purple energy thrumming from the purple pool into the central dais. Just from that one, though.
Oh.
Wait,
Oh.
we've solved like one of three.
Oh,
Or-
so this is how you do. Oh. Wait, this was like that last place.
You need to do all three. And like, okay, when we put the acid on it, wasn't it all like humming and what have you?
Oh, so we like pour more acid on it while it's like this?
Got like mix all the things in the pot.
Mm. I don't remember.
Thank you.
So recap, James, yeah?
Yeah.
When we put water in the acid one, it turned into stone
Yes.
temporarily.
You've also taken a lot of the acid out. A lot of it. Already.
How long is it a stone for?
I'd say probably like good 5 seconds.
Like, was the acid not refilling?
No, the acid
No,
was
it
not
wasn't.
refilling.
Oh, the acid was not refilling. Well, I guess like. Wait, is the purple one now empty, or is he just
Tab 1
beaming?
is now empty, and there is a single lever at the bottom of the pool that has been pulled.
So
Oh.
I guess we
Oh.
just want to like empty them, right? Like this acid one, then we can just.
If we keep
I have an
pouring it out.
idea, but wait. So the blue one keeps refilling, right? But if maybe it can't fill up anymore because it's full of something else, then it'll solve itself. So maybe we just keep pouring the acid into the blue one and it turns to stone and sinks
we've
down.
already-
and it
Yeah,
pushes all the
already-
water
Yeah,
out.
you're making like stone, and then it will push a button at the bottom or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I think
Yeah,
that's a
yeah,
great
yeah,
idea
yeah.
too.
All
Yeah.
right, bucket gang. Let's
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it.
gang.
Right. So the blue one, when we dropped the coin into it,
It just seemed to drift out of sight. An endless refilling pool. Or
Oh.
seemingly endless.
We just let the stone drift to the bottom and goodbye. Archimedes' principle displaces some of the. I don't know. Endless water. I don't know. If we run out of acid, then at least we made a hole in the thing in the middle. How big is that hole, by the way? Like that little cylinder
Like
we
a-
made in the middle.
Not huge, like probably tennis
no,
ball.
we just if we empty the acid one, there should be a lever at the bottom of it.
Yeah, we
logically.
pull that one. And then I guess let's see what happens. If we're left with a water, an endlessly filling water one, then
Did we
We
try putting any dust
could.
of dryness in the refilling one?
Yeah, we tried just to dryness in the blue one.
No. Okay, let's acid it, get rid of it, put the rock in there. If that doesn't fix it, we can dust of dryness it.
Mm-hmm.
And then if all else fails, we can just blow up the dais in the middle and just.
Yeah, let's try the acid first.
Or-
get as much stone as possible, and then
Another idea is if someone can breathe underwater, they could swim inside.
we have potions of water breathing.
Yeah,
I don't breathe. I don't need to breathe.
there's
I
that.
could just go.
Yeah, but it's going along like with anyone. Have we got like long rope we could tie to you or something?
If it goes wrong, I could teleport. Well, I probably can't draw a teleportation circle. I mean, I could like dimension door back up if I go a really long way. Sure, let's do it.
Good luck.
Okay.
What could go
Sure.
wrong?
Simplify it. Barnes jumps in. You sink. You
Wait.
sink for what?
Well, we were
Before he
aciding
jumps
first.
in, I pull out
Pouring the
50
acid in
feet of hempen rope and tie it around Barnes's waist.
Oh,
Okay.
how much?
Wait, are you
50?
aciding first, or are you just jumping into the?
yeah.
We're trying to empty the acid first.
Acid first.
Okay, so you're putting the acid into the.
The water one,
water
the
one.
refilling pool.
Okay, cool. I would say after, given the amount of acid you've taken out, it doesn't take a huge amount of time until you do successfully empty the acid pool, and there is a lever at the bottom, which
Sick.
one of you can reach down or be lowered down and pull, and the green energy sparkles in from that side, and now there are 2 sets of dais that are fully lit up.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
All right,
So smart.
going in, boys.
Good luck.
If I don't come back, I'll come back. It's fine. No worries.
Barnes, you fall for feels like 5 minutes through the water. The rope goes taut 50 feet down.
Ooh, do I untie it?
Wait, when Hayden feels that the rope starts to go taut, he'll ask around the rest of the guys. Have you guys got more rope? We can like tie it and make it longer.
think Zach has more rope.
Oh, you're on mute.
I think every adventurer carries 50 feet of hempen
Yep.
rope. That seems to be standard. So everyone, you ask for it. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like
Are
a
you
rope
all-
or something where we'll just throw it at you.
You know?
Are you all the industry standard adventurer?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we're
don't-
so standard and
Zog
normal.
most
Cass
definitely
always
is.
carries rope with him because you just never know when you're gonna need it.
Mhm.
I don't
Does
think
Hannah always
therapists.
carry rope?
Okay, well, Hayden
Well.
at least ties Casadius's rope to his, and now Barnes has got 100 feet of rope.
Once you get 100 feet down, can you see in the dark?
No.
You
No.
you have the cat's eye potions.
I guess.
Did you consider the fact it will get dark? Down in the water?
I'm going to materialize the rapier and use green flame blade. That produces light. I'll
It
just
does.
give myself little green radars, little green light
Okay.
pulses.
You probably take 2 casts, and about 100 feet down, attached to the side of this, you see a similar lever to the ones you've done before. So as you kind of float past it, you reach out and slam it down. At which point, there's like a gurgling of water that shoots you straight back up. The rest of you see the energy around the pool begin to crackle as Barnes is like whirlpools back out, flung into the center of the dais. And all of the energy begins to like coalesce in the center and begins to twist and turn. And like there's an immediate kind of blowing of old, trapped, very, very cold, almost, and you can feel like the moisture's very, very high of air that kind of whooshes straight up past you, and you all feel it kind of like almost as if your kind of pushes your hair upwards. You're almost like thrown off thing as the area around your feet begins to shift, almost like a clock, like 1, 2, 3, goes up to 6. And then one of the pizza slices kind of facing towards the first one you did, the vanishing pool, begins to slide out. and then almost like back round until until underneath you see that there's some stone falls as kind of it's not part of the contraption, it was just sitting on top. And as each one kind of goes in, you see arcane runes flash, and there is just underneath now a long pit downwards. You can't see the bottom of it. It's a sheer stone pit, and you can see that the sides of it are completely covered in like moss and algae and dripping downwards. And at the very, very bottom,
Ew.
somewhere far, far down, you can make out ever so slight bioluminescent light, but you cannot have any idea how far down it is.
How wide is this hole?
35 feet diameter.
FD.
Hayden
Big.
looks at Barnes. It's your moment, buddy.
Oh boy, how I've longed to do this. Gonna whip the carpet off his back.
As it's all quite wet, there is a single moment where, almost in a pattern around shifting and downwards, and then they almost seem to wink out. The edge of the cave go completely red, and then change back.
Oh, it's watching us. I hate
Oh.
that.
Do you know, on second thoughts, maybe we should stay here. I've become quite attached to the refilling pools.
Well,
is nice.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting worried about what Rush is up to. So if you're not coming, see ya. And Hayden will step off the side and
my
jump straight
goodness.
in. And he's gonna have Featherfall prepped, which he'll
Okay.
cast once he starts to get close to the bottom.
All
Okay,
right,
Hayden-
boys.
Hayden falls,
Oh,
disappears out of view.
Oh, carpet it is, and with less enthusiasm than he'd started with, he'll, you know, like when you're getting sheets out and you're flapping them, straightening them, and it will snap to attention rigidly and hover above the surface of the ground and be like, I'll hop on to the abyss, I guess.
Castle cast one last, almost longing look up at the ceiling that he knows is hiding him from the people he loves, and then he'll step on to the magic carpet, and you see, as a comfort technique, his tail like wraps around his own middle a little bit,
Aww.
Oh no.
and he's gonna get out his short sword and his regular sword, and he's just gonna be ready.
Okay. As you all get on the carpet and come down, do you all get on the carpet? Anyone objecting?
Yeah. Like just makes a note of being like, I really don't like flying.
Okay. As you all go down following Hayden, as you're falling, you kind of taking your surroundings, kind of twirling and twisting, you probably fall for 20 seconds, and you begin noticing that the kind of grey clay mixed with stone that was covered in algae has now been replaced, as you kind of down, by completely green marble. And as ahead of you, you see that bioluminescence. You see it kind of underneath a kind of deeper dark than you're in now, and you realize that underneath you is water. You fall out of a hole in the ceiling. You can see around you that's kind of the green marbles all there that kind of begins to go out, and below you in the water you can see like dark twisted shapes that might be structures, might not be. You see things moving in the water, and the green marble seems to encapsulate this entire, chamber, cavern you're in. All of the corners of it are made of this green material. When do you cast Featherfall?
When I can see. Let's see. Probably once I can see like the bottom.
Okay. So
Does
as
the bottom
the water emerges to you, you can see that there's now something at the bottom of the thing. You cast Featherfall and you begin to slowly fall. You're probably what's your 120 foot dark vision, right?
Yes, I think so.
Featherfall reduces you to.
So I drop 60 foot per round, until the spell ends, which is 1 minute. So that's 360 feet. I'll slow fall for, and then if I'm still not at the bottom at that point, then I can just recast it.
Oh, did you slow fall immediately rather than full free fall, and because you only see the bottom with 120 feet to go, so you'll reach it in 2 rounds.
Oh, well then that's fine. I
Okay.
cast Featherfall as soon as I see the bottom, so I only cast it once.
What's the speed of the flying carpet?
That's a good question. I do not know. I don't have a card or anything for it, so you gave us a big one, right?
Yeah. It flies half the speed. So so how much weight do we think it has on it? Do we think it has more than 800 pounds? More than 600 pounds?
What's that in kilos?
600 pounds.
So like the average adult male is like 200 pounds, which is
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't know how many kilos that is.
That's quite hefty.
100
I
kilos.
mean like a muscular kind of like
Lumps.
weightlifting dude.
Judge?
in kilos. That's
60.
90
That'd be
kilos.
90 kilos. Cass is a noodle man, so I don't know if he's quite reached that.
Yeah.
Zug, however, is not a noodle man.
That
I am
is-
not a
Yeah.
little man.
He's
And
like
Aku
big
isn't
armor.
either, so
He's,
that
he's,
Yeah.
probably
he's
like
very
averages out.
heavy, yeah, he's very heavy.
And then like Barnes is like a skeleton, so he's probably not
I'll
o-
say
over
He's
that as
like pretty tall. He was
Barnes-
really fit in his life.
Barnes is probably about 90 just by being tall. That's like, but doesn't have a lot of art. Because like ultimately, I'm probably going to use 80, 90 as a benchmark for most of you, but then it's armor that's the problem.
well. Mm.
And only one of you is wearing heavy armor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people are on that carpet, which if we average at 80 is 400 plus armor. So you're moving at 40 feet per second because it's between 400 and 600. So the carpet's quite slow as it makes its way down.
This is really
Hayden's
slow.
about to fucking die.
I'll say you're dashing. But yeah, if you go down and you begin to see this marble, Hayden, as you cast Featherfall, you kind of stop and slow, and you see the water kind of not rushing up to you anymore, but begin to get closer and closer. And as you fall, you can see that this cavern, you can't see the edges of it. And looking down, you do see that there are structures in this water. There is some buildings here that are completely submerged.
Mhm.
There are also some of them are slightly above the water. Are you going to try to aim for somewhere slightly above the water, something above the water, or just let yourself fall?
Does the stuff above the water look like it's safe to land on?
I mean, it looks like made of the same green marble stone that the rest of you are. But
Or
yes.
I'll give it. I'll aim myself to land on one of those.
Okay. I'll say make a dex check in the air. A dexterity saving throw, even. 16. Yep. You manage to slam down, and I'm going to say with Featherfall you don't take damage because no falling damage. You can land on its feet. Yeah, absolutely, as you say. So you kind of like land, breathe. It is cold. The air is whirling from side to side here. You look around. It's incredibly difficult to look at anything for too long. It almost like begins to warp how you see everything else, and you kind of blink and need to look away for a second. The structures in the water seem to be shifting around you. Like you're certain that structure was there, like in front of you, and then you turn around and it seems to be there now, or it's like out of the sunward side. You see it seem to like almost rotate. Looking at the water for too long is maddening. You begin to look upwards, like desperate for your friends to come join, as you look around and realize you are incredibly alone in this room, and you can't see the hole you fell out of.
Okay. I will patiently wait for my companions.
Welcome to Sliden.
Oh, thanks for the warm welcome. Who are you?
I can promise you won't drown here.
That's very
we
nice.
can stop it.
Oh, cool. You didn't answer my question though. Who are you? Whom?
Solgraneth, jump in now, and we'll protect you. You'll never need to worry about drowning again.
The rest of you swoop down out of the hole at the top. You see roughly what Hayden saw: the green marble, the long expanse of water, although a slightly more controlled thing. You see the writhing shapes in the water that sometimes look like some structures, sometimes look like other things. any single direction is too difficult to look at. Some of you probably resolve to just stare at the carpet. Others of you risk looking out for some periods of time. I'd say with passive perceptions and dark sight, you see Hayden standing on a singular outcropping of green marble that seems to be stuck out of the water.
I'll drive the carpet over to Hayden. How are you doing?
Well, as good as I can be, considering an Aboleth is trying to convince me to drown myself.
I'm very pleased you didn't do that.
Most unfair, Hayden. That's all of you. I merely invited you into the city. All of you have an open invitation.
Wait, did you just say
Jump
city?
down.
Oh, I'm not gonna jump.
We will beseech you our gift.
Wait, hold on. Did he say city?
Sure. Ruins of
I thought
Salar.
this was.
You'll be the first to join us.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
I've seen a lot of
Then
cities,
why
man. I'm
did you
citied out.
come?
No, we do want to go to the city, but I do propose that we do a bit of we have a tourist guide. Is that Sol Graneth? Is that or the Aboleth friend Aboleth? Right. We have a tourist guide, but actually quite like to read first, so we know the hot spots and where to go. So if you wouldn't mind, if we just and he's just gonna pull out the pages we were given by Sergeant Grimes earlier and be like, okay, gents, I think now's probably a good time to read the 101 Salar thing.
Where's my Solar page?
The Dummy's Guide to the Ruins of Salar.
So, they are recreations of a diary of visions. The visions start out talking about. It's initially a city of green marble, a city with vast pillars reaching from deep underground to just below kind of the surface. They get a bit more confusing from that, describing kind of buildings at odd angles, shifting from side to side. It talks extensively about a huge disc that looked like the moon shining light upon the city. She then describes the pillars collapsing and Imon, Craghammer all sinking beneath the waves. There is not really a map as such, but there is a drawing of like with the moon, or a drawing of this moon dais at the center.
Right.
But given the nature of the place and there are some things that have attempted to be drawn like maps, and every single time the entire layout is different.
Can we see this here moon dais thing up in the cave
Not
sky?
from where you are now, and the only light you can see down is from algae kind of floating up. You don't know how close you are to the center, or if this even is, if this is the outskirts. You've just landed here.
Okay, admittedly, that was not very helpful.
You do remember the compass.
Okay. Wait, Zolgornet, come back. Where's your light source, your moon disk? Where's the middle of the city? Are we near it? Now he's unhelpful.
Rude.
He is a bit.
Rude, he just showed up. We guess practically.
Well, do you know, I feel like going in the water is a really bad idea, but at the same time, I feel like it's a bit inevitable. Do you know?
We avoid it for as long as we can, I think.
There are looking around, there are other outcroppings. You could begin to make your way around this cave without being in the water. It might require some leaps between them or some flying on the carpet, but there is certainly a cave to explore before you go in the water if you ever choose to.
Which we could do Like an aerial ferry tour and maybe do some sightseeing before we really dive into the underbelly of the city. Try figure out what's going on up here. Compass it out a bit. Hope the buildings don't move around too much and fuck us over.
Sounds like a plan.
A nice tour.
Sorry, DM, could you refresh my memory in terms of what the space looks like?
So from what you guys can see at the moment, it is a vast underground cavern that you can't see the edges of, except for kind of green marble, kind of from the ceiling downwards. Water with occasional bits of the same color green marble spiking out at certain angles. That every time you kind of seem to look away from it and look back, it seems to have shifted, and dark shapes in the water that also seem to twist and turn as if you think they might be alive, they might be a creature, but also are large enough to be buildings.
Right. Okay.
Does
Okay.
it feel like our platform building is moving, or just that things are shifting around us?
Around you.
And with that one compass Mr. DeRolo gave us, is it staying fixed and constant? Like, can it help us chart a course?
It stays
do you
fixed
feel?
and constant, yes.
Okay. Well,
Obviously, it moves when you move it, but the sun and the moon point in the same direction.
well, maybe ask, or we can use your sun and your moon and your other sun and your other moon and so on and so forth. And keep track of how far we go.
Hold on. I've thought about it. The main issue is, on one side, there's a moon.
Yeah, that's right, buddy.
Yeah.
And then if you turn it over, there's a sun.
There's a sun. Yes, there's a sun. There's a sun when you turn over.
Right?
Why didn't we fix
This
it?
is somebody who gets it.
But can we use it? Ask her to do a trip.
Wanted
Did
to
you not
say
hear what I
thank
said?
you in person for quite some time.
As a tentacle pulls out of the water and grabs Ascor.
Oh,
And that
Uh.
is where we'll leave the session.
Oh,
shit.
fucking cheeky.
We were just gonna go on a
It's still-
trip.
It's still round him. He hasn't been grabbed, but that's where we'll leave it. Anyway,
Well, time
Thanks.
for a strength check.
thank you everyone for watching on stream, even though it did go down for a little bit. Thank you Hayden and / Aaron for running as always, and thank you everyone else for playing.
Bye.
The bus go back.